Hello, champions. We are starting off with a discussion on a new chapter altogether now. We're going to be learning about companies incorporated outside India. Now, this discussion we are going to be having in a nice in depth manner in such a way that even if you're learning it for the first time, you will be able to handle with this session. Okay. Now, companies incorporated outside India from this chapter, you can expect around 5 marks in the examination. No doubt there was a recent examination where we had up to 10 marks also from this chapter, but that was only a rare scenario. In a usual situation, we would be expecting 5 marks from this chapter. Now if I say that I have to study little, not too complicated also, and not over the top difficult also, and if I'm able to assure myself 5 marks, then that's a good deal, guys. Not too much hard work to do, but I'm able to ensure myself 5 marks, it is a good deal. So with that in our mind, we will do this chapter really well. Okay guys, let's start. See, if the company is incorporated outside India, it means what? The company has registered office outside India, guys. It is incorporated as per the laws of some foreign country. It is incorporated outside India. Okay, now if the company is incorporated outside India, and in addition to that, if it is fulfilling two additional conditions, what are the two additional conditions I will be discussing with you? If it is incorporated outside India, which is a basic condition, okay, and it is also fulfilling two additional conditions which I will be discussing with you, then that company will become a foreign company. But if the company is incorporated outside India, and out of the two additional conditions, even one additional condition, if it is not fulfilling, then it will not be a foreign company, it will just be a company incorporated outside India. So your very first requirement is to understand that foreign companies are different and companies incorporated outside India are different. If the company is incorporated outside India and it also fulfills two additional conditions, only then it becomes a foreign company. If it is incorporated outside India and it doesn't fulfill even one of the two additional conditions, then that company will not be a foreign company, it will just be a company incorporated outside India. So see guys, it will be something like this, okay? I'll help you understand. See, if for example, by chance, let's say this is the total number of companies incorporated outside India. This orange box is a total number of companies incorporated outside India. Okay. Now, out of those total companies, only some companies will fulfill these additional conditions, guys. So, those companies that fulfill these additional conditions, they alone will become your foreign companies. So, if this orange box around this is all the companies incorporated outside India, out of all the companies incorporated outside India, only those few companies which fulfill those two extra conditions, they become foreign companies. So we can say in mathematical language, we can say that foreign companies are a subset of companies incorporated outside India. Okay, anyways, listen to me. So companies incorporated outside India means a company which is having registered office outside India. It is incorporated under the laws of some foreign country, and if this company incorporated outside India also fulfills two additional conditions, then it becomes a foreign company. If it doesn't fulfill two additional conditions, it's okay, it'll just be a company incorporated outside India. Okay, so now this entire chapter will cover both, guys. In this chapter we will be talking about foreign companies also, we will be talking about companies incorporated outside India also, we will be talking about both. Okay, but our first focus is going to be only on foreign company discussion. So come on everybody, let's begin. First of all, let's see the definition of foreign company. The definition is given in section 2 clause 42. Okay, the definition says, look at the points in the definition. First of all, we have the basic condition that this company should be incorporated outside India. Either it's a company or it's a body corporate, but it should be incorporated outside India. So this becomes my basic condition, guys. Now I told you that a foreign company will fulfill, in addition to this basic condition, it will fulfill two additional conditions. So what are the two additional conditions? Have a look at the two additional conditions one by one. Additional condition number 1 is that this foreign company should have a place of business in India, and additional condition number 2 is that it should be conducting some business activity in India. So a foreign company is a company which fulfills one basic condition, that is it should be incorporated outside India, and it fulfills two additional conditions, that is it must be having a place of business in India, and it should not just have a place of business in India. In that place of business, it must also be doing business activity in India. Then only it becomes a foreign company. Okay, now this place of business in India can either be by itself or it can be through an agent. So there are two questions we will ask ourselves over here regarding place of business in India. This place of business in India is how and in what mode. How? It can either be by itself or through an agent. In what mode? Either it can be physically mode, that is you can see a physical place of business, or it can be through digital mode, through online mode, through electronic mode. I'll show you examples for all of these. Look at this, guys. So I have basically 3 examples over here. Example 1, example 2 and example 3. These 3 examples will cover all the different possibilities in the definition that we just now saw. So there were 2 additional conditions, guys, and there was one basic condition. The basic condition was that the company should be incorporated outside India, and the definition had 2 additional conditions. Additional condition 1 was that it must be having a place of business in India, and additional condition number 2 was that from this place of business in India, it must be doing having some business activity in India. Okay, now for the place of business point, I had told you that you will be asking yourself two questions. Question number one, how is this place of business? Either the place of business is going to be by itself or it's going to be through its agent. And then you will ask yourself, in what mode is this place of business? Either you will say the mode is physical mode, or you will say that it is online or digital mode. Okay, now have a look at my first example. My first example is with respect to Lego. Now Lego is a company incorporated outside India. Yes, it is incorporated in Denmark. So my first basic condition is fulfilled. Now comes my additional condition. Two additional conditions I have. Does it have a place of business in India? Yes, it does have a place of business in India. Is it by itself or through agent? See, only recently Lego has opened a store in Gurgaon. But before that, whatever toys it was selling in India, it was selling through Hamleys. So Hamleys was Lego's agent selling Lego's toys in India. So yes, it has a place of business in India, but not by itself. It has a place of business in India only through Hamleys, through an agent. Now, is it a physical presence or is it a digital presence? Hamleys, guys, physical stores you find everywhere. So physical presence. So my basic condition number one is fulfilled. My additional condition number one is fulfilled, guys. It does have a place of business in India through an agent and its physical presence. And additional condition number two, is it just having a place of business in India? Is it just having an agent in India? No, the agent is carrying on business activity in India. The agent is selling Lego's toys in India. So therefore, all my conditions are fulfilled. So Lego becomes a foreign company over here. It is incorporated outside India. It does have a place of business in India through an agent, physical presence, and it is carrying on business activity in India. So Lego, the Denmark company, becomes a foreign company. Okay, now come on, have a look at my second example. Same three conditions, same thing we will check. Whenever we have to check whether the company is a foreign company or not, same process we will follow, guys. We will check these conditions, one basic condition and two additional conditions. Easy. Okay, look at Apple now. Apple Inc. It is a company incorporated outside India. So definitely it is fulfilling my basic condition. Yes, it is incorporated outside India. Now two additional conditions, guys. Does it have a place of business in India? Yes, Apple has two retail stores in India, own retail stores. See, through agents it has multiple retail stores, but its own retail stores two it has in India, one in Delhi and one in Mumbai. So does it have a place of business in India? Yes, by itself these are Apple's own stores. So by itself it has a place of business in India. And is it physical or is it electronic, guys? Physical presence, physical stores you can see over here. So basic condition is fulfilled, that yes, it is incorporated outside India. It is incorporated in US. And additional condition one is fulfilled. It does have a place of business in India, and it is not just having a store in India. From that store it is selling products also. So it is carrying on business activities also in India. So therefore Apple again becomes a foreign company, guys. Getting my point? So my first example was to show you agent. Second example was to show you by itself. But in both my first and second example, I'm talking about only physical presence. Now come on everybody, let's see digital presence now. Let's see these conditions once again in my third example, in my last example, wherein we're talking about OpenAI. OpenAI, what nowadays you guys are using quite a lot, ChatGPT. OpenAI is the name of the company that owns ChatGPT, right? Now again, all my three conditions I will see. Basic condition number one, is it incorporated outside India? Yes, guys, it is incorporated outside India. So basic condition number one is fulfilled. Then two additional conditions. Does it have a place of business in India? Let's see, guys. See, OpenAI does not have any physical office in India. As on the date on which I'm recording the video, it does not have any physical office in India. It only has digital presence in India. Now, if you want, like for example, if you want to buy ChatGPT Plus, you can buy it in India. So they do allow you to do transactions also in India. So it doesn't have any physical office in India, only digital presence, only electronic presence it has in India. So if I have to look at my definition now, yes, it is a company incorporated outside India. So yes, my basic condition is fulfilled. And if I look at my first additional condition, does it have a place of business in India? See, I will say that by itself it has a digital presence in India. By itself it has digital presence in India, and yes, it is carrying on business activity in India. Like if you want to buy ChatGPT Plus, you are allowed to buy, you are allowed to do the transaction. So yes, even this OpenAI company is fulfilling all my conditions, and even this becomes a foreign company. So foreign company means what? A company which is incorporated outside India. Condition number one, basic condition number one, and two additional conditions. It should be having a place of business in India, either by itself or through an agent, either digital presence or physical presence, but it should have a place of business in India, and from that place of business it should be carrying on some business activity in India. Okay, so remember, we're right now talking about foreign companies. We're not talking about companies incorporated outside India. We're talking about foreign companies, which means you must be fulfilling one basic condition and you must be fulfilling two additional conditions. Now definition you have understood. The biggest and the most important discussion in this chapter is identifying verifying whether the company is a foreign company or not. So that is why, to make you a little better in this, before I go to the questions, we do have a good number of questions on this identification part as well. But before we go to the questions, guys, let me discuss a lot of examples with you so that when we come to the questions, you're comfortably able to answer. All right. Look at this, guys. I have look at the first situation over here. But don't forget, whenever you check whether the company is a foreign company or not, you will always think about this same thing: one basic condition and two additional conditions. Okay, no shortcuts. All right. The question says an Indian company, Level Up Limited, has a foreign subsidiary, Sky High Limited. So Sky High Limited is a foreign subsidiary. Because it's a foreign subsidiary, obviously it is incorporated where, guys? It is incorporated outside India. Then the question says this foreign subsidiary, Sky High Limited, renders satellite services to Level Up Limited, which means it is doing some activity in India. It is doing some business activity in India. It is rendering services to an Indian company. Sky High Limited, will it be a foreign company, guys? Come on, let us check. Again, no drama, no tension, no confusion. Straight away think about the conditions. Make life simple for yourself. So first of all, basic condition. Is it incorporated outside India? Yes, guys, it is a foreign subsidiary. It is incorporated outside India. Then I will look at my two additional conditions. Does it have a place of business in India? In this example, if you see, by itself, it has a digital presence in India, guys, because it is rendering satellite services. So like, for example, GPS services and all. So that is online service, digital service, electronic service. So by itself, it is having digital presence in India. So which means my first additional condition is fulfilled. It does have a place of business in India. Now, is it carrying on any business activity in India? Yes, guys, it is giving the service. It is rendering the service to the Indian company, Level Up Limited. So all my three conditions are fulfilled. Therefore, is Sky High Limited a foreign company? Yes, Sky High Limited is a foreign company. As simple as that, guys. Just think about my basic condition and my two additional conditions one by one. When you come to the second basic condition, don't straight away jump to the answer. Think about both your questions, how and in what mode. Okay, come on, come to the second subdivision now. The second example, same thinking we'll do even over here. Sky Airways Limited is a company incorporated outside India. Okay, it is incorporated outside India. It operates in India through its booking agents. So come on, again, let's check our conditions. Is it incorporated outside India? Yes, guys, the question says it is incorporated outside India. Does it have a place of business in India? The question says it is operating in India through agents. So it has a place of business in India through agents. Let's say physical presence, guys. Question is not clear whether it is physical presence or whether it is digital presence, but it is having some presence in India through agents, the question says. So yes, the company is having place of business in India. And is it carrying on business activity in India? Yes, the question says it operates in India through agents. So yes, it is carrying on business activity in India. All your three conditions are fulfilled. Through agent, this company is having place of business in India. All your conditions are fulfilled. Therefore, even this company becomes a foreign company. Okay, now come on, have a look at my third subdivision over here. I'll minimize this a little bit. Look at this now. So the question says Zakpak Limited is a shipping company incorporated in Japan. So yes, it is incorporated outside India. So my first basic condition is fulfilled, guys. It is incorporated outside India. The company has a branch office in India. So therefore, the company by itself is having a physical presence in India. So therefore, yes, my additional condition 1 is also fulfilled. It does have a place of business in India. And if it is having a branch in India, it will of course be carrying on business activities in India. So all my conditions are fulfilled. Even this becomes a foreign company. Here, this was an example of a situation where the company by itself is having physical presence in India. When the company has a branch office in India, guys, it is having a place of business in India, a physical place of business in India. And if it is having a branch, of course, it will be carrying on business activities in India also. So therefore, it becomes a foreign company. Okay. Now come on, have a look at my fourth example over here. I'll again bring the same conditions in the side. Let's look at them one by one. The question says search and find Private Limited is incorporated in Singapore. So which means the company is incorporated outside India. So yes, my basic condition is fulfilled. It is incorporated outside India. It sells goods through electronic mode on e-commerce platforms in India. So this company is having digital presence in India, guys. It does not have any branch or office in India, which means it does not have any physical presence in India. By itself, through its e-commerce platform, by itself, through its electronic presence, it is selling goods in India. So yes, it is having place of business in India. And because the company is selling goods through this electronic mode in India, because it is selling goods in India, it is having business activity in India. All my three conditions are fulfilled. Therefore, this again becomes a foreign company. Okay. Now come on, look at my next example. Again, I'll bring the same conditions. So the question says Nintendo, a Japanese company. So Japanese company incorporated in Japan, guys. So yes, my company is incorporated incorporated outside India, my basic condition is fulfilled. Then the example says the Japanese company authorizes Mr. Happy in India. Authorizes Mr. Happy. So Mr. Happy becomes an agent, guys, to solicit customers in India and enter into contracts with them on behalf of the company. So if you look at this example now in detail, this company is incorporated outside India. Through an agent, it has physical presence in India, guys. Through Mr. Happy, it is having physical presence in India. So my additional condition 1 is fulfilled. It does have a place of business in India, not by itself, but through Mr. Happy, through the agent. And the agent is soliciting customers for the company. The agent is entering into contracts with the customers on behalf of the company. So the agent is carrying on business activity on behalf of the company in India. All my 3 conditions are again fulfilled. Again, the company Nintendo becomes a foreign company. Alright, now come on, have a look at the next subdivision, the next example over here. So here the question says the board of directors of a company incorporated outside India. So again, my basic condition is fulfilled. The company is incorporated outside India. It conducts board meetings in India to make business decisions. Now see, is a company having a place of business in India? See, only board meetings are being conducted in India. There is no business being done in India apart from that. The company is not having any place of business as such. So therefore this is not going to be a foreign company. This is an interesting point, guys, the board meetings point. Just because board meetings are being conducted in India, for that reason alone the company will not become a foreign company. Okay, then have a look at my next subdivision, the most important subdivision from our examination point of view. Listen to me. The example says a company is incorporated outside India. So because it is incorporated outside India, clearly my basic condition is fulfilled. It is incorporated outside India. Then the question says it has a share registration office at Mumbai. So for this, let me take you to section number 386. Now section 386 of our Companies Act says that place of business will also include share transfer office or share registration office. Now what does this mean? See, today is the demat age, right guys? Today most of the shares are in demat form. But when the shares were in physical form, and if you had to transfer the share from one person to another person, you have to go to these offices for transferring the shares physically. Okay, so if the company is having a share transfer office or a registration office in India, even that will be considered as place of business. So coming back to my discussion now, coming back to my example, this company is incorporated outside India, hence my basic condition is fulfilled, guys. Then the company has a share registration office in India, so therefore the place of business condition, additional condition 1 is also fulfilled. Share registration office, share transfer office is considered as place of business in India. Now is this company having business activity in India or not? Now listen to me everybody very carefully. The question is silent. The question is not saying anything about whether this company is having business activity in India or not. Question is silent. The same question I have taken from your ICAI study material, guys, and it very clearly says that it will be considered as a foreign company only if it is having some business activity in India. So if I assume that this company is having business activity in India, only then it will be a foreign company. Now the reason why I am stressing on this so much is because, see, there are a lot of judicial interpretations which say that out of these 2 conditions, any one condition should be fulfilled, it will be enough. Even though in between we have the word and, right? That like if I show you the definition, we have the word and over here, which indicates both the conditions have to be fulfilled, only then it will be a foreign company. But there are a lot of judicial precedents which say that even though we have the word and, we will interpret it as if it is the word or. But however, our ICAI study material doesn't say anything about that. And in fact, when it comes to this particular example, which is there in the study material, it clearly says that yes, there is a place of business in India. Now it will become a foreign company only if it has a business activity in India, which means our interpretation is correct. What is our interpretation? Basic condition has to be fulfilled and both the additional conditions have to be fulfilled, only then it will be a foreign company. So here if you see, this company is incorporated outside India and it does have a place of business in India. Share registration office and share transfer office will be considered as place of business in India. Now the second additional condition is it should be having business activity in India. Question is silent about it. So if it conducts business activity in India, if I assume this condition is fulfilled, only then it will become a foreign company. Alright guys, so this was your another example. Now come to the next example over here. The example says Indian citizens incorporated a company in Singapore. So yes, the company is incorporated. I'll put it over here otherwise. Okay, so the question says the company is incorporated outside India. It is incorporated in Singapore for the purpose of carrying on business over there. It is not carrying on business in India, guys. It is carrying on business in Singapore only. Now, does the company have any place of business in India? No. Does the company have any business activity in India? No. I mean, just because it is incorporated by Indian citizens, will that make any difference to us? who is incorporating the company? It is not even in my conditions, guys. I am going to strictly follow my conditions. Who is incorporating the company doesn't matter. Who are the shareholders of the company doesn't matter. When I want to determine whether the company is a foreign company or not, it doesn't matter to me who incorporated the company. It doesn't matter to me who are the shareholders of the company. Okay, so just the fact that the Indian citizens incorporated the company will not make any difference. The fact over here is, yes, my basic condition is fulfilled. The company is incorporated outside India, but it does not have any place of business in India. Also, it does not carry on any business activity in India. No place of business in India, no business activity in India. My additional conditions are not fulfilled. This will not be a foreign company. This will just be a company incorporated outside India. You remember my first discussion? I told you that only if the company incorporated outside India fulfills two additional conditions, only then it becomes a foreign company. But here it is a company incorporated outside India, which means it is fulfilling the basic condition, but it is not fulfilling the additional conditions. So, okay, it is not a foreign company. It will just be a company incorporated outside India. Okay, and then come to my last subdivision over here. We'll discuss it in the next page here like this. So a company incorporated in India. Guys, a company is incorporated in India. My basic condition itself is not fulfilled over here. It is incorporated in India, guys. It will become an Indian company. I don't even have to check anything else now. It is a company incorporated in India. I don't care who the shareholders are. I don't care if it is a subsidiary of a foreign company. I don't care. The matter is the company is incorporated in India. If it is incorporated in India, it becomes an Indian company. It is neither a foreign company nor is it a company incorporated outside India. It is an Indian company, guys. It is incorporated in India. Now, even if the question says that all its shareholders are foreigners, I don't care. Even if the question says that 100% of its shares are held by a foreign company, I don't care. Even if the question says that this company is a subsidiary of a foreign company, I don't care. What matters to me is company is incorporated in India. So my basic condition itself is not fulfilled over here. So therefore, it is not even a foreign company. Understanding, guys? Now, if you're noticing, every single example of mine, I was able to answer simply by looking at my basic condition and my two additional conditions. So therefore, follow the process, follow the sequence. The sequence will never ever betray you. Alright, guys, strictly follow the basic condition, then two additional conditions. Don't look at anything else. Only if these conditions are fulfilled, only then your company will be a foreign company. Only special point, in addition to the conditions, the only special point is that share transfer office and share registration office in India is considered as place of business in India. That is the only special point for us. Okay, guys, so this was our entire discussion on the meaning of foreign company definition given in section 2 clause 42, which says foreign company means any company or body corporate incorporated outside India and has a place of business in India. How? By itself or through an agent. In what mode? Physical or electronic mode, and it conducts any business activity in India. And then we saw all of these examples. Now I think we're ready to take up the questions one by one, guys. We did a good number of examples. Why? So that when we do the questions now, we don't have any extra learning through the questions and we're confidently able to answer the questions. Come on, have a look at this MCQ now. The question says Radix Healthcare Limited is a company registered in Thailand. So it is registered outside India. Although it has no place of business established in India, it is engaged in an online business through remote delivery of healthcare services in India. Now come on, guys, let's check, is it a foreign company or not? The question says it is incorporated in Thailand. It is registered in Thailand. So yes, it is incorporated outside India. My basic condition is fulfilled, guys. Now, does it have a place of business in India? The question says it does not have a place of business established in India, which means it does not have a physical place of business in India. But however, it is engaged in online business, guys. So it does have digital presence. It does have electronic presence. By itself, it has an electronic presence. So it does have place of business in India. And the question says it is engaged in online business through remote delivery of healthcare services in India. It is delivering healthcare services in India. It is providing healthcare services in India. So therefore, it is conducting business activity also in India. So all my conditions are fulfilled. Therefore, is this a foreign company? Yes, this is a foreign company. Come on, look at the options. You never look at one option and give the answer, guys. You read all the 4 options and you choose the best option. Okay. They are asking us over here, select the incorrect statement. The first statement says Radix Healthcare Limited is not a foreign company. This is not a correct statement, guys, because we have concluded that our basic condition and our additional conditions are fulfilled. So it is a foreign company. Then Radix Healthcare Limited is a foreign company because it is involved in business activity through telemedicine. Yes, it is a foreign company company, guys. It has business activity in India through telemedicine. Then Radix Healthcare Limited is a foreign company for conducting business through electronic mode. Yes, it is a foreign company. Yes, it is conducting business through digital mode, through electronic mode. Even this condition is fulfilled. Then Radix Healthcare Limited is a foreign company as it conducts business activity in India. Yes, it is conducting business activity in India, guys. It is providing healthcare services in India. So what is the incorrect statement now? Option A. Option A will be your incorrect statement. It is option A says it is not a foreign company, whereas in fact it is a foreign company. How come? It is incorporated outside India. Basic condition is fulfilled. It does have a place of business in India by itself. It doesn't have physical place of business, guys. It has an electronic presence. It has an online business, so it has electronic presence. So it does have a place of business in India, and it is carrying on business activity in India. It is rendering healthcare services in India. Therefore, all your conditions are fulfilled. This does become a foreign company. Okay. Now have a look at your next question over here. Examine whether the following are foreign companies. Again, three subdivisions, guys. We have to check whether they are foreign companies or not. Okay. Come on, look at the subdivisions one by one. The first subdivision, a company incorporated outside India. So because a company is incorporated outside India, my basic condition is fulfilled. It has a share registration office in Delhi. So it does have a, we know that share registration office is considered as place of business in India, guys. If the company has a share registration office or a share transfer office in India, it is considered as if the company has a place of business in India. Now, will this company be a foreign company or not? What will we say? We will say it will be a foreign company provided the company carries on business activity in India. Same thing we had seen in our ICAI example, which I discussed with you over here. Same thing, guys. So provided it carries on business activity in India, assuming that this condition is fulfilled, assuming additional condition 2 is fulfilled, then it will become a foreign company. So it is a company incorporated outside India. It does have a place of business in India. We know that share registration office and share transfer office in India is considered as a place of business in India. Now this will be considered as a foreign company only if it is having some business activity in India. So this is going to be your first subdivision. Now come to the second subdivision. The second subdivision says company incorporated outside India. So because it is incorporated outside India, my basic condition is fulfilled. Then the question says it has shareholders who are all Indian citizens. Now who are the shareholders of the company? All of that is not even relevant for us in the additional conditions, right? Now just because it has shareholders who are Indian citizens, I can't conclude because of this that it is a foreign company or not. So yes, my basic condition is fulfilled. Now does this company have a place of business in India? Does this company have business activity in India? Nothing is mentioned. So therefore this is not a foreign company. I mean, just because the shareholders are Indian citizens, this is going to be irrelevant information. This is not even relevant for me in my decision making. Then comes the third subdivision, a company is incorporated in India, guys. So if the company is incorporated in India, my basic condition itself is not fulfilled over here. It's a company incorporated in India. It will become an Indian company. Now does it matter to you that the shares are held by foreigners? It doesn't matter to me. Does it matter to you that this company was incorporated by a foreign company? Doesn't matter to you. It doesn't matter to you that this company is a subsidiary of a foreign company. It doesn't matter, guys. The fact is, the company is incorporated in India. It will become an Indian company. End of story over here. Nothing more to even discuss. And guys, one more point I would like to add over here in the second subdivision. Okay, my additional conditions are not fulfilled, but my basic condition is fulfilled, and therefore, okay, fine, it is not a foreign company, but still it is a company incorporated outside India. Alright, guys, so not relevant for this question because here they were just asking us whether it is a foreign company or not. I just wanted to put this in front of you because in this chapter a little later we will start talking about this also. So by then you should know that foreign companies and companies incorporated outside India, these terms are not interchangeably used. They have different meanings. Companies incorporated outside India are those companies that are incorporated outside India, story over. Foreign companies are those companies which are not only incorporated outside India, they're also fulfilling additional conditions. So I can say that all foreign companies are incorporated outside India, but all companies incorporated outside India are not foreign companies. Right, guys? Do you agree with me? I'll repeat again. All foreign companies are incorporated outside India, but all companies incorporated outside India are not foreign companies. A company which is incorporated outside India will become a foreign company only if it fulfills my two additional conditions. Okay, now come to the next question over here. Again, my same conditions I will think about. So the question says Transstar Limited, a company incorporated in Thailand. So because a company is incorporated in Thailand, my basic condition is fulfilled. It is incorporated outside India. It has a place of business through an agent in Bangalore. Bangalore. The agent transacts the business on behalf of the company through electronic mode. Whether Transstar Limited shall be called as a foreign company. Come on, let us check, guys. Does it have a place of business in India? The question says that it has a place of business in India through agent, and the agent is acting in an electronic mode, digital mode. So yes, the additional condition 1 is fulfilled over here. My company does have a place of business in India through agent electronic presence. And is the company doing business activity in India? Yes, guys, the agent is transacting business on behalf of the company. So the company is doing business activity in India through the agent in electronic mode. Business activity is happening in India. So all my conditions are fulfilled. Therefore, this becomes a foreign company. Simple, guys. So here the point is that agent is doing activity in India through digital mode. See, guys, the definition does not use the word digital. Definition uses the word electronic mode. So I think hereafter even we'll use the word electronic mode so that we don't end up writing the wrong keyword in the examination. Okay, I think let's do that hereafter. This point onwards, let's make it a point that we use the word electronic mode instead of digital mode. They mean the same thing. The interpretation is the same. I'm not saying our answers till now are wrong. Our interpretation is perfect. Just that in the examination, the examiner is a little too particular about keywords. So let us also ensure that we follow our keywords. Okay. So here it is incorporated outside India through an agent. Your company is having a place of business in India in electronic mode, and through the agent, the company is doing business in India. All your conditions are fulfilled. Therefore, yes, the company does become a foreign company. All right. Come to the next question now. In my next question, also there are two subdivisions. Let's see the two subdivisions one by one. I'll correct this. We'll call this as electronic mode hereafter. Okay, now come on, look at the question. Examine whether the following companies are foreign companies or not. Messrs Redstone Limited is a company registered in Singapore. So because it is registered in Singapore, you can say that it is registered outside India. It is incorporated outside India. Basic conditions are fulfilled. The board of directors meets and executes business decisions at their board meeting held in India. We've already seen this in our example. Just because the board meeting is held in India, because of that reason alone, you cannot say it is a foreign company. Okay, it is incorporated outside India. Okay, it becomes a company incorporated outside India. But just because board meetings are held in India, on that basis alone, you cannot say it is a foreign company. You need place of business in India. You need business activity in India. If the company is just conducting board meetings in India, company is not having place of business in India, company is not having business activities in India, therefore it is not a foreign company. Okay, then look at your second subdivision. The second subdivision says Messrs Blue Star Public Company Limited registered in Thailand. So again, this company is incorporated outside India. My basic condition is fulfilled. It has authorized Mr. Y in India to find customers and to enter contracts with them on behalf of the company. So Mr. Y, the company has authorized Mr. Y. So Mr. Y becomes the agent of the company, guys. The agent is going to find customers in India and enter into contracts with those customers on behalf of the company. So over here, does your company, Blue Star Public Company Limited, does it have a place of business in India? Yes, guys. Through agent, physical presence it is having in India, and therefore you can see additional condition number 1 is fulfilled. It does have a place of business in India, and is it conducting business activity in India? Yes, the agent is entering into contracts with the customers on behalf of the company. So the company is conducting business activity in India through the agent. So all your conditions are fulfilled. This company does become a foreign company, right, guys? After a point, through these conditions, after a point it starts looking very, very basic, right, guys? It'll just keep going in a flow. Just ensure that you don't deviate from the sequence. The only extra tadka in addition to the sequence is what? Share registration office and share transfer office, that is considered as place of business in India. That's all, guys. Okay, then come to the next subdivision over here. The question says Trans Asia Limited is registered as a public company under Indian Companies Act. So therefore this company Trans Asia Limited becomes an Indian company, guys. It is not a company incorporated outside India. It is a company incorporated under Indian Companies Act. It becomes an Indian company. It is a subsidiary of Galileo Limited, a foreign company. So there's another company, Galileo Limited. The question says it is a foreign company. This is I'll put it on this side. It's a foreign company. The question says Galileo Limited is a holding company and TransAsia Limited becomes a subsidiary company. TransAsia Limited carries on business in India, describing itself as a foreign company. Can it do so? This company, TransAsia Limited, is calling itself as a foreign company. Can it do so? It is doing business calling itself as a foreign company. Is it a foreign company, guys? It is not a foreign company. See, no doubt it is a subsidiary of a foreign company, but it is incorporated in India. See, I will not go on the basis of substance over form over here. I will stay stuck to my conditions. My whole question over here is about TransAsia Limited. Tell me, guys, is it a company incorporated outside India? No, it is an Indian company. Okay, fine, it is a subsidiary of a foreign company, but it is incorporated in India. It is an Indian company. Basic condition 1 itself is not fulfilled. It's an Indian company. It is not a foreign company. See, in your CA final, you will be learning that when an Indian company pretends to be a foreign company and tries to carry on business calling itself as a foreign company, it will face heavy consequences in the form of investigation and all. But not too relevant over here. I brought this question over here just to help you understand that just because it is a subsidiary of a foreign company, that will not have any impact on your answer. The fact is that is my basic condition fulfilled? Is it incorporated outside India? No, it is incorporated in India. It becomes an Indian company. The whole Indian Companies Act will apply on this company. It is not a foreign company. Okay, guys, then come on, have a look at this question now. A Jan 2025 examination question this is, guys. So this question has 4 subdivisions. In each of the 4 subdivisions we have to say whether the company is a foreign company or not. 1 minute. Look at this now. It will be easy for us to see one by one. The first situation. In the first situation, the company is incorporated in Singapore. So because it is incorporated in Singapore, my first basic condition is clearly fulfilled, guys. It is a company incorporated outside India. Then comes the second additional condition. Does it have a place of business in India? See, the question over here says this company developed patients database for a hospital in Mumbai. And where is the database? In a server in Singapore. So this company over here is not having physical presence in India, but it is having an electronic presence in India, guys. It is preparing the database in a server. So online, electronic presence, digital presence, by itself it is having an electronic presence. So therefore my additional condition 1 is fulfilled. It does have a place of business in India electronically. And additional condition number 2, is it carrying on business activity in India? Yes, guys, it is rendering service to a hospital in Mumbai. So therefore it is having business activity in India. So therefore all your conditions, your basic condition and your 2 additional conditions are fulfilled. So therefore your first company over here, it is a foreign company. Then comes the second situation. This is the most special situation over here. So the company is incorporated in UAE. So therefore, guys, clearly my basic condition is fulfilled. Yes, the company is incorporated outside India. But then, however, the question says it has no place of business in India, but it has employed agents in India. See, just having agents in India is not enough, right? Those agents also have to enter into contracts on your behalf in India. Those agents also have to solicit customers on your behalf. Only then those agents will be considered as your place of business in India. I mean, if you just have a namesake agent in India, but that agent is not doing anything on your behalf, how will that become a place of business in India, guys? So yes, this company is incorporated outside India, but additional condition number 1 is not fulfilled. Yes, the company has an agent in India, but that agent is not doing any work on behalf of the company. The company has just employed agents. The question does not say that the agent is getting business on behalf of the company. The question does not say that the agent is entering into contracts on behalf of the company. The question does not say that the agent is selling goods on behalf of the company. The question does not say that the agent is soliciting customers on behalf of the company. So if you just have agent and that agent is not doing any work as such on behalf of the company, then that agent will not be a place of business. So therefore my second condition is not fulfilled over here, neither by itself. See, the company by itself has no place of business. It has by itself it has no place of business, and the question says it has employed agents, but those agents are not doing any work on behalf of the company. So therefore through agent also there is no place of business. There is no place of business. The first additional condition is not fulfilled. Therefore this is not a foreign company. This will just be a company incorporated outside India. You understood, right? The place of business, how? Either by itself or through agent. By itself, question very clearly says no place of business in India by itself. What about agent? Company has employed agent, but the agent is not doing any activity on behalf of the company, guys. Question doesn't say anything. So therefore there is no place of business, neither by itself nor through agents. Additional condition 1 not fulfilled. It is not a foreign company. Okay, then comes my third situation over here. The place of incorporation is in Cape Town, which is in South Africa. So therefore, yes, guys, my company is incorporated outside India. Basic condition 1 is fulfilled. Then the question says board meetings are held in Leh, India. This also we know, we've seen this multiple times. Just because board meetings are held in India, because of that reason alone, you cannot say that place of business in India. You cannot say companies doing business activity in India. So therefore, basic condition is fulfilled, but additional conditions are not fulfilled. This is also not a foreign company, guys, and therefore it will just be a company incorporated outside India. Okay, and then comes your fourth situation, your last situation. The company is incorporated in Germany, which means yes, my basic condition is fulfilled. The company is incorporated outside India, and the question says 49% of the shares are held by Indian company. I don't care how many shares are held by Indian company, who holds how many shares doesn't matter. See, when I'm judging, when I'm deciding whether the company is a foreign company or not a foreign company, in this decision making, who are the shareholders, who is the subsidiary, who's a holding company, all that is not even a matter of my discussion in these conditions. Yes, a company is incorporated outside India, but it does not have a place of business in India. It is not doing business activity in India. It is not a foreign company. Just because it is incorporated outside India, it just becomes a company incorporated outside India, but it is not a foreign company. Okay, guys, a very interesting question. Now, even this question gives us a little more belief in our style of answering, that I am supposed to fulfill one basic condition, I am supposed to fulfill two additional conditions. I will not think about anything else. Only if all these are fulfilled, only then the company becomes a foreign company. Even one additional condition is not fulfilled, the company will not be a foreign company. That is what happened over here, guys. Even one additional condition is not fulfilled, the company will not be a foreign company. Alright, guys, recent examination question. This was a Jan 2025 examination question for 5 marks. Alright, now come on, guys, let's move on. So until now, we've spent quite some time understanding the basic point, the most important point in this chapter, and that is the whole definition of foreign company. This section 2 clause 42, we've nicely done a postmortem indirectly through the examples and through all of these questions. Now come on, let's move on into our next set of learnings. Our first new learning now is foreign company a company, or is it a body corporate? Is it a company, or is it a body corporate? To be able to answer this, we first need to understand the meaning of company and the meaning of body corporate, and then we'll see foreign company fits under which box. Okay, listen to me carefully. First of all, if I talk about the definition of company, definition of company is given in section 2 clause 20, guys. Definition of company says that a company means a company which is incorporated under this act or under any previous company law. So to be called a company, either it should be incorporated under this act, under Companies Act 2013, or under any previous Companies Act, for example your Companies Act 1956 or your Companies Act 1913 and so on. So to be called as company, it should be incorporated under Companies Act in India. Okay, but however, if you look at section 2 clause 11, 2 clause 11, which defines a body corporate. Body corporate definition says, the definition has two parts. Okay, first the definition says what does body corporate include, and then the definition says what does body corporate not include. So if you look at the definition 2 clause 11, it says body corporate includes a company which is incorporated outside India. It includes a company which is incorporated outside India, but does not include a cooperative society. It also does not include any other body corporate which may be notified by the central government. Okay, so with this in our mind, tell me, this concept of foreign company, does it fall under company or does it fall under body corporate? It falls under which of the two? See, can I call a foreign company as a company? No, because to be called as a company, it should be incorporated under Companies Act, or it should be incorporated under any previous Companies Act, but it should be incorporated under India's Companies Act, guys. But foreign company, where is it incorporated? It is incorporated outside India. Your very first basic condition, it is incorporated outside India, so it is incorporated as per the Companies Act of foreign country. It is not incorporated as per India's Companies Act, guys. So therefore, a foreign company is definitely not a company. Is it a body corporate now? Body corporate includes companies which are incorporated outside India. So yes, foreign company is incorporated outside India. So foreign company will become a body corporate. Understanding? So is foreign company a company? No. Is it a body corporate? Yes. Getting my point, guys? So is a foreign company a company or a body corporate? The answer is it is a body corporate. It is not a company, because to be called a company, it has to be incorporated as per India's Companies Act. But foreign company is incorporated outside India as per the Companies Act of some foreign country. So therefore, it cannot be a company. But it is going to be a body corporate, because the definition of body corporate is wide enough to also include companies which are incorporated outside India. So because foreign company is incorporated outside India, it is not a company, but it will come under the definition of body corporate. Okay, this was one small simple point. Now come to the third discussion, guys. Extremely important once again. Meaning of electronic mode. Now, we have spoken about electronic mode from the beginning of our discussion of this chapter, right? Because the definition of foreign company in section 2, clause 42, in the definition itself, this word electronic mode is included, guys. We had learned that to be called a foreign company, basic condition is that the company must be incorporated outside India. But there are two additional conditions. Additional condition number one, it must have a place of business in India. And additional condition number two, from that place of business in India, it must be doing business activity in India, guys. Then we had learned place of business can either be physical or it can be in electronic mode. So now, after all these discussions, after all these examples, after all these questions, now I'm going to be discussing with you the meaning of electronic mode. The definition of this electronic mode is given in the company's registration of foreign companies rules 2014. So what I'm going to be discussing with you now, the meaning of electronic mode. This meaning is given in company's registration of foreign companies rules 2014. This definition has three parts, guys. In part 1, we will be seeing what does the word electronic mode mean. Then in part 2, we will be seeing what does the word electronic mode include. And then in part 3, we will be seeing the 7 modes. Okay, let's begin. Let's start part by part. First of all, the first part says electronic mode means carrying on business electronically, whether the main server is installed in India or not. Extremely important. The server need not necessarily be in India. Main server may be in India or not. So part 1 says electronic mode means carrying out business electronically, whether the main server is located in India or not. Now coming to the second part, guys. The second part says electronic mode includes these 9 things. Now because the word includes is put over here, of course this is only an illustrative list. These are only examples. This is not an exhaustive list. So electronic mode means what? It means doing business electronically, whether the main server is in India or not. And it includes these 9 things. The hint to remember these 9 things will be bad dwarfs. Now let's go one by one, okay? The first one, business to business. Business to business, best example I can give you is Alibaba. Now what does Alibaba.com do? Chinese website, guys. Now Alibaba.com sells goods in bulk to Indian retailers, Indian wholesalers. In bulk it sells goods. So if you see Alibaba, it is a company incorporated outside India. It is having a place of business in India. Okay, it doesn't have a physical place of business in India, but it has an electronic presence, guys, its website. And it is doing business activities in India. It is selling goods to Indian consumers, to Indian business houses as well. So therefore Alibaba, I can say, it is having electronic presence in India. It is doing business in India in electronic mode. Then business to consumer. For this I can give you the example of AliExpress. Now imagine, look at AliExpress as if it is Amazon of China. So let us say I am in India and I want to order some Chinese gadgets from this AliExpress. Now this AliExpress, same thing, it is doing a business to consumer transaction. Now I am not a retailer, I am not a wholesaler, I am a consumer, guys. I just want some 1 or 2 gadgets for my personal use. So for this I will place an order on AliExpress. Now AliExpress also, you can say that it has a electronic mode presence in India. It is not having physical presence, but it is having electronic presence in India. It is we're doing business to consumer transactions over here with AliExpress. Then comes advisory and transactional services. I'll give you one example, okay? You will amazingly understand this. Imagine that there is one UK company, okay? Now, this UK company is an edu company. It's an education-based company. Now, this UK company does not have any office in India, but it has a website, okay? Now, on the website, I went and submitted my application to this UK company. Now, what the UK company does is that, like for example, let's say I'm in India and I want to, get some foreign education. I want to apply in some colleges in the UK and I want to study abroad, but I don't know which course will be suitable for me. I don't know in which college I should apply. I don't know the whole application process. I don't know what kind of documents are required. So what I will do is I will go to this UK company's website and I will upload my application, okay? Then they will set up with me one video conferencing call. Now on that video conferencing call, they will give me all advices. They will help me how to go about this whole thing. So it's going to be a pure advisory service which they're going to give me through video conferencing. Now here again, if you see, they are incorporated outside India. They don't have a physical presence in India, guys, but through electronic mode, they're doing business in India. Of course, they're going to charge me for this advice which they're going to give me. So this also comes under electronic mode. Okay. Then comes your next example, data interchange and other digital supply transactions. I'll help you understand this one now. Your third box is data interchange, other digital supply transactions, example Netflix, Amazon Prime, Spotify, all that will get covered under this box. And then the fourth box is inviting or accepting deposits or subscription in securities from Indians or Indian citizens. Imagine a foreign entity coming to India, raising money against deposits or raising money against securities, even that will get covered Then your fifth point is database services and products. Like for example, guys, there are websites like Zoom Info, or there are websites like Crunchbase. Now these websites offer database service, which means, let's say, you want to hire a new employee. Okay, now before hiring the new employee, you want to do some background check about that employee. So you can get information about people, you can get information about companies, you can get information about other entities through these websites. They provide database services. Then we have web based marketing, your Instagram ads, Meta ads, and all that. Then we have telemarketing, telecommuting, telemedicine, education, and all of this. I'll give you one example to help you understand this one also. You must have heard about Practo, guys. Very popular online medical help website this is. So here, let's say there's a doctor from the US. I need consultation from the doctor. So Practo is arranging that consultation for me. So the doctor, through Practo's platform, will be giving me advice online through video conferencing. Even this will come under telemedicine. Telemedicine, guys. Coming to the next box over here, F for financial settlements, example PayPal. I'll give you an example, guys, what exactly does PayPal do. You must have heard about Canva Pro. Now, Canva is a website where we make posters and, these pamphlets and creatives and all, right? Now, on Canva, let's say I want a pro account. So I have to pay money, I have to pay in dollars, but I have rupees only. I don't have dollars, I have INR only. But Canva Pro needs money in dollars. So what I will do is I will pay money to Canva Pro through this intermediary called PayPal. So I'll pay them in INR, they will convert the money into dollars, and they will give Canva Pro the money in dollars. This is financial settlements, guys. In a safe manner, in a secure manner, I will give the money to PayPal, they will securely, safely convert that money into dollar and give it to Canva Pro. This comes under financial settlements. And lastly, we have supply chain management. So bad dwarfs. 9 things. These 9 things will all come under electronic mode, but please remember, these are only examples of electronic mode, guys. It's an illustrative list because it starts with the word include. So electronic mode means doing business electronically, whether the main server is in India or outside India, that doesn't matter at all. And then electronic mode includes 9 things: B for business to business, business to consumers; A for advisory and transactional services; D for data interchange and digital supply transactions; then D for deposits and securities; then another D we have database services; and then W for web based marketing; and then O for online services like telemarketing, telecommuting, telemedicine, and all. And then F for financial settlements like PayPal, and S for supply chain management. Then coming to the last part of our electronic mode definition, total 3 parts, right? The first part tells us what does electronic mode mean. Second part tells us what does electronic mode include, the examples, the 9 examples. And then finally the definition, third part, tells us the modes. That is, if a foreign company is doing business in India, then what are the various modes in which it can do business in India. It can do business in India through document management, that is sharing documents through Google Drive and all, then through email, social media, cloud computing, data transmission, voice transmission, or mobile devices. So this was your definition of electronic mode as per Companies Registration of Foreign Companies Rules 2014. 3 parts in the definition, guys. Come on, let's revise once again. In the first part, we learned that electronic mode means carrying out business electronically, whether the main server is in India or not, doesn't matter. Then the second part tells us what does electronic mode include. It includes 9 things. Number 1, business to business, business to consumer. Then A for advisory and transactional services. D for data interchange and digital supply transactions. Then another D for deposits and securities. Then another D for database services. Then W for web-based marketing. O for online services like telemarketing, telecommuting, telemedicine, and all. F for financial settlements. And then S for supply chain management. And then finally, we learned what are the modes in which this electronic business can be conducted. Electronically, business can be conducted by either document management, email, or social media, or cloud computing, or data transmission, voice transmission, and mobile services. Okay, now come on, have a look at this question. One small question we have on this electronic mode discussion, guys. The question says Zen Limited Liability Company registered in Dubai, which means yes, this company is incorporated outside India, guys. It is clearly incorporated outside India in Dubai, so therefore my basic condition is fulfilled. It has installed its main server in Dubai. Now where is the main server? I don't care about it. For maintaining office automation software by cloud computing for client in India. So what is this company doing? This company is maintaining office automation software. How is it maintaining it? By cloud computing. For whom? For client in India. So first of all, this company is doing business activity in India, guys. It is rendering some service for a client in India. So it is doing business activity in India. My additional condition number 2 is fulfilled, and also my basic condition is fulfilled. Now the question arises that does this company have a place of business in India? See, it clearly does not have a physical place of business in India. The question doesn't even talk about any physical office, a physical project office, or a physical branch office. There is no physical office over here. Can I say that this company has electronic presence, guys? Yes, because do you remember cloud computing was one of the modes we saw? Whenever we say that the company is doing business electronically, the company can do the business electronically through various modes. 7 modes we had over here. This last part, guys: document management, email, social media, and all. Here we had cloud computing. So yes, cloud computing will be considered as electronic mode. So yes, the company does have a place of business in India. Okay, it does not have a physical place of business in India, but it does have an electronic place of business in India. So all my conditions are fulfilled, hence therefore this company is a foreign company. So electronic mode will include even cloud computing. All right, simple question. Now come to the next discussion, another extremely important discussion in this chapter. See, here we are going to be learning about to what extent will the Companies Act 2013 apply to foreign companies. It's a foreign company. It is not it's not an Indian company. See, if it's an Indian company, then the whole of Companies Act 2013 I will apply on that company, guys. But however, it's a foreign company. So because it's a foreign company, I can't apply the whole Companies Act 2013. But still, because that foreign company is doing some business activity in India, to some extent I should apply the act on the company, guys. So that is what we're going to be seeing. I'll straight away bring you to the summary over here. I'm dividing all the companies into 4 buckets. Okay, we'll see each of the 4 buckets one by one. In the first bucket, if the company happens to be an Indian company, okay, if it happens to be an Indian company, then no discussion, only I will apply the whole of Companies Act 2013. I will apply on that company. Okay, but if the company happens to be a foreign company means what? One basic condition, two additional conditions, everything fulfilled, it will become a foreign company. If it is a foreign company, the whole Companies Act 2013 I will not apply on it. It will not be fair. But I will apply only section 380 to section 393. These 14 sections I will apply on the company. From section 380 to section 393, all these sections I will apply if it is a foreign company. Okay. Now comes the third bucket. The third bucket is those companies which are incorporated outside India. Third bucket is those companies which are incorporated outside India, but they are not foreign companies, guys. They are not foreign companies. See, they will become foreign companies only if they fulfill basic condition and two additional conditions, right? But here I'm not talking about foreign companies. I'm talking about companies incorporated outside India, which means only the basic condition they have fulfilled. The additional conditions, either one additional condition or both additional conditions, they have not fulfilled. Only basic condition they have fulfilled, and that is the companies incorporated outside India. So here in the second bucket, I'm not talking about foreign companies. I'm only talking about companies which are incorporated outside India. Like for example, guys, let's take this company SpaceX. Now SpaceX is an American company. Now this company is incorporated outside India. It is incorporated in the US. It has no place of business in India. It has no business activity in India. It's not a foreign company. It's just a company incorporated outside India. So if it's a company incorporated outside India, remember our first page, this orange box is what I'm talking about. See, if it's a foreign company, then from section 380 till section 393 all the sections will apply. However, if it's a company incorporated outside India but not a foreign company, then in that case only 5 sections will apply, guys. From section 387 to section 391, only these 5 sections will apply. Okay, so if it's a foreign company, then from section 380 to section 393, in fact we have 393A also, so all of these sections will apply to foreign company. But if it's a company incorporated outside India but not a foreign company, for that company only 387 to 391 will apply, which means for these companies section 380 to 386 will not apply. Also 392 to 393 also will not apply. Okay. Then comes my third bucket of companies. This is only the most interesting part, guys, where I'm talking about something called as specified category of foreign companies. What are these specified foreign companies? We have not discussed till now, but if it happens to be a specified category of foreign companies, then we apply the whole of Companies Act on it. Understanding, guys? So we're dividing companies into these 4 parts. If it is a Indian company, I will apply the whole Companies Act to it. If it is a specified category of foreign company, then also I will apply the whole of Companies Act to it. If it's a foreign company, that is a company which is fulfilling basic condition and 2 additional conditions, I will apply only section 380 to section 393. But if it's a company which is incorporated outside India but not a foreign company, to that company I will apply only 387 to 391. Okay, now listen everybody carefully. Come to this discussion now. What if it's a specified category of companies? But wait, before I go to that, tell me, section 387 to section 391, these sections, okay, will they apply to foreign companies? Will they apply to foreign companies, a company which fulfills basic condition and the additional conditions? Yes, because 387 to 391 come inside this also. Will they apply to companies incorporated outside India but they are not foreign companies? To them also will they apply? Yes. Will they apply to specified foreign companies also? Yes, they will apply. So you're understanding? Basically, I don't want you to get confused into thinking that 387 to 391 is only for companies incorporated outside India that are not foreign companies. No. 387 to 391 will anyways apply for foreign companies, guys. Because foreign companies, we apply all sections from 380 to 393, all the 14 sections we apply. Understanding? If it happens to be a company incorporated outside India, which is not a foreign company, for that company, 380 to 386 we will not apply, 392 to 393 we will not apply. So we will only apply in between sections of 387 to 391. Okay, and then if it's a specified category of foreign company, I will apply the whole Companies Act. Indian company, of course, I will apply the whole Companies Act. Now our whole focus is going to be on this, guys, that who are these specified categories of companies. Listen extremely carefully, very important from the examination point of view. If first of all it has to be a foreign company. Obviously, guys, first of all it has to be a foreign company, and then apart from that, at least 50% of its paid up share capital can be equity, can be preference, can be both equity and preference, whatever. At least 50% of its total paid up share capital should be held by at least one Indian citizen or at least one Indian company, or both, singly or in aggregate. So there are two conditions. Condition number one, this specified foreign company is first of all a foreign company. Foreign company means what, guys? It is fulfilling the basic condition and it is fulfilling the two additional conditions. So it is first of all a foreign company. Secondly, in that foreign company, at least 50% of its paid up share capital is held by Indian citizens, Indian companies, both Indian citizens and Indian companies, in whatever permutation combination, equity, preference, Indian citizens, Indian companies put together are holding at least 50% of paid up share capital of this company in whatever permutation and combination. This company becomes a specified foreign company. Now, what will happen if it's a specified foreign company? If it is a specified foreign company, we will start applying the whole of Indian Companies Act. The whole act we will start applying on this company as if it were a company incorporated in India, as if it was an Indian company. We will start applying the whole Companies Act on these companies, guys, but only with respect to its Indian business. Now, like for example, Jaguar Land Rover, it's a UK based company, guys. It's a company incorporated in UK, but it is having some place of business in India. It is doing some business activity in India, and in this company, if you see, at least 50% of the paid up share capital is held by Tata Motors. It is held by some Indian company. So basically, yes, it is a foreign company, and yes, at least 50% of its paid up share capital is held by some Indian company. So this Jaguar Land Rover does become a specified foreign company. So because it is a specified category of foreign company, guys, I will apply the whole of Companies Act 2013 on this company as if it were an Indian company. But see, this company is having business in UK also. On that UK business also, will I apply the Companies Act 2013? No, only to the extent of its Indian business. Whatever business it is doing in India, for that portion of the business, for that part of the business alone, we will apply the whole Companies Act 2013 on this company. Understanding? So two things you will have to write, guys. Thing number one, we will apply the whole Companies Act 2013 on this company, but thing number one, only on its Indian business. Thing number two, as if it were a company incorporated in India. This company will have business activities outside India also. It might have business activities in other countries also. On those business activities, we will not apply the Companies Act 2013. Whatever portion of business it has in India, on that portion only we will apply the whole Companies Act 2013 on that company as if it were a company incorporated in India. Understanding, guys? So coming back to my discussion now, giving you one more summary of this discussion, extremely important discussion. We divided companies into four categories. In the first category, we had foreign companies, guys. For foreign companies, we will apply from section 380 to section 393. All these sections we will apply. Then if the company happens to be a company incorporated outside India, but it is not a foreign company, for these companies we will apply only from section 387 to section 391. Only these sections we will apply. Then category number 3, if it happens to be a specified category of foreign company. Specified category of foreign company means what? It is first of all a foreign company, and condition number 2, at least 50% of its paid up share capital is held by Indian company or Indian citizens or any combination or permutation, but at least 50% of paid up share capital is held by Indian citizens or Indian companies. So in that case, it becomes a specified foreign company. For the specified foreign company, we will apply the whole act, the whole of the Indian Companies Act 2013 we will apply as if it was a company incorporated in India. As if it is an Indian company, we will apply the whole Companies Act on this company, but only on that part of its business activity which it is doing in India. And lastly, we learned, what if it is an Indian company? What if it is a company which is incorporated in India? On Indian company, anyways, I am supposed to apply the whole of Companies Act 2013. Okay. So these were your 4 different types of companies, 4 different categories of companies, and the applicability of Companies Act. Now come on, guys, on this part, on this discussion, Let's have a look at the questions one by one. This first question I'm discussing with you is extremely important. It's a September 24 5 marks question, guys. It is through this question only that we will be able to gain proper clarity on this concept. The question goes like this: Beauty Cosmetics, a company incorporated in Korea. So, because the company is incorporated in Korea, it becomes a company. It becomes a company which is fulfilling my first basic condition. Yes, it is incorporated outside India, guys. Then it has established a branch office in Chennai. So therefore, yes, it does have a place of business. In fact, it has a place of business by itself. Physical place of business it is having in Chennai. It is having a branch office, project office. All this will come under place of business for conducting business in India. So yes, it is conducting business activity in India. So all my conditions are fulfilled, guys. Therefore, I can say that Beauty Cosmetics is a foreign company over here. Everybody will agree to this. Then the question says the structure of paid up share capital of Beauty Cosmetics on 31st March 24 they have given to us. So if you see in this company, there is no preference share capital. It does not have any preference share capital. Equity share capital held by Mr. L, an Indian citizen, 10%. Equity share capital held by Mr. R, an Indian citizen, 20%. Equity share capital held by Fairness Cosmetics Limited, an Indian company, 20%. So Indian companies, Indian citizens put together, equity shares, preference shares put together, they are holding how much paid up share capital in this company? Exactly 50% they are holding, guys. Now the question is asking us, you are asked to explain with reference to the Companies Act 2013 whether Beauty Cosmetics shall be deemed to be a foreign company or an Indian company for the business carried on by it in India. Come on, try to recall what did we learn. The specified foreign company concept. Condition number 1, it should be a foreign company. Yes, guys, we have concluded already it's a foreign company. It is fulfilling my basic condition. It is fulfilling my 2 additional conditions. See, when I'm deciding whether it is a foreign company or not, in the decision making process, do I care about the shareholding? Do I care about who is holding shares in the company? No. So on the basis of my basic condition and 2 additional conditions, on this basis I have concluded it is a foreign company. Condition 1 fulfilled, guys. Condition number 2, Indian citizens, Indian companies, equity share capital, preference share capital, everything put together, are they holding at least 50% paid up share capital? Exactly 50%, guys, which is at least 50%. Both my conditions are fulfilled. Therefore this will become a specified category of foreign company. So because it is a specified category of foreign company, I will apply the whole of the Companies Act 2013, whole act I will apply on it. But on which business? Only on its business in India, only to the extent of its Indian business, and I will apply the whole of Companies Act 2013 on this company, on this Indian business, as if it were an Indian company. So when I say as if it were an Indian company, it means I am going to deem it to be an Indian company. It will become a deemed Indian company, guys. Right? See, I'll take you back to the page, okay? When I say that, over here I will apply all the Companies Act provisions, the whole Companies Act I will apply to it on its Indian business as if it were a company incorporated in India. So when I say as if it were a company incorporated in India, I am creating a deeming provision, I am creating a legal fiction over here. I am treating it as if it's a deemed Indian company. Right, guys? So this is what has happened even in this company, Beauty Cosmetics Limited. So because this is a foreign company and because at least 50% of its paid up share capital is held by Indian citizens and Indian companies put together, I will treat it as if it is an Indian company, deemed Indian company. I will apply the whole of Companies Act 2013 but only on its Indian business. So the question is asking you whether Beauty Cosmetics Limited shall be deemed to be a foreign company or an Indian company for the business carried on by it in India. I will treat it as if it is an Indian company. It will become a deemed Indian company to the extent of its business in India, and on that business, on that Indian business, we will apply the whole Companies Act. For the business carried on by it in India, will it be required to comply with the relevant provisions of Companies Act 2013 as if it were an Indian company? Yes. Whatever business it is carrying on in India, on that business, the whole Companies Act 2013 will apply. So 2 questions they are asking us: whether you will treat this company as a foreign company or an Indian company. You will treat it as if it is an Indian company because your 2 conditions are fulfilled. It's a specified foreign company. Because it's a specified foreign company, you will apply the whole of Companies Act 2013 on it as if it is an Indian company. So it will become a deemed Indian company but only to the extent of its business activity in India. Then the second question they are asking us is, for the business carried on by it in India, will it be required to comply with the relevant provisions of Companies Act as if it were an Indian company? Yes. As if it is an Indian company, we will apply the whole of Companies Act 2013 on this company but only on its business activity in India. Okay, good question. Then come to the next question, guys. Question number 12. This question is a CF final question. The question says Mr. Zian, an Indian citizen, he holds 25% paid up share capital of Laurel Steven Limited, a company which is incorporated in Singapore. So the company is incorporated outside India. So because it is incorporated outside India, my basic condition is fulfilled. It has a paid up capital of 10 million Singapore dollars. So out of 10 million Singapore dollars, Mr. Zian is holding 25% capital. Mr. Zian is an Indian citizen. Okay. Then the question says, Swaraj Limited, a company registered in India. Guys, correct the question. Swaraj Limited, a company registered in India. Okay, so Swaraj Limited, a company registered in India, holds 30% of the paid up capital of Laurel Steven Limited. Laurel Steven Limited has recently established a share transfer office in New Delhi. So which means yes, this company does have a place of business in India. Remember, we learned share transfer office and share registration office will be considered as place of business in India. And I'll assume that they're doing business activity in India. Guys, I'm repeating again, I'm assuming that they're doing business activity in India. So all my three conditions are fulfilled. Therefore, Laurel Steven Limited becomes a foreign company. They're asking you, company seeks your advice as to what formalities it should observe as a foreign company. So first of all, yes, this is a foreign company, condition number 1. And condition number 2, if you see, Indian citizens plus Indian companies put together are holding how much capital? Zian, Indian citizen, is holding 25% capital, and Swaraj Limited, Indian company, is holding 30% capital. So Indian citizen plus Indian company put together are holding 55% of the paid up share capital of this foreign company, guys, which is at least 50% of paid up share capital. So both the conditions are fulfilled. Laurel Steven Limited is not only a foreign company, it is now a specified category of foreign company. And because it is a specified category of foreign company, what formalities it has to follow, guys? Whatever are its Indian activities, whatever are the Indian business activities, on the Indian business activities, the whole Companies Act 2013 formalities they have to comply with. The whole Companies Act 2013 formalities as if it were an Indian company. So it will become a deemed Indian company to the extent of the business activities being carried on in India. So not only it is a foreign company, it's a specified category of foreign company because at least 50% paid up share capital is held by Indian citizen, Indian companies put together. So it will become a deemed Indian company, but only to that extent of the business which is being carried on in India, and on that Indian business it has to comply with the whole Companies Act. Okay, now one more question, two more questions. Come on, let's take up this question now. PureSoft Solutions Private Limited is incorporated in Singapore. So which means yes, this company is incorporated outside India. Basic condition fulfilled. More than 60% of the paid up share capital is held by two citizens of India who are software engineers. So 60%, more than 60% of paid up share capital is held by two citizens of India. Then the question says, company wants to open a branch office in Kolkata. So if it opens a branch office in Kolkata, the company will have a place of business in India. And let's say it is doing business activity also in India, guys. So therefore, in that case, once PureSoft Solutions Private Limited, once it opens a branch office in India, it will become a foreign company. So condition number 1, yes, it is a foreign company. And condition number 2, it's the Indian citizens plus Indian companies put together are holding at least 50% of the paid up share capital of this company, guys. They're holding 60%. And both my conditions fulfilled. This company, PureSoft Solutions Private Limited, will become a specified category of foreign company, and therefore whatever business it is doing in India, on that Indian business alone, we will apply the whole of Companies Act 2013 as if it were an Indian company. So deemed Indian company, same thing, guys, same thing. Only 3 questions we have seen back to back, hoping that by now the concept, the whole sequence of thinking, the method of thinking is nicely registered in your memory. You better say yes. Yes, guys, the whole process multiple times. I mean, you will never forget this method of thinking, the sequence of thinking. Same way, even this sequence of thinking. I'm going step by step, guys. I'm not jumping anything. I'm going point by point. Both my conditions fulfilled. So it becomes a specified foreign company. Once it becomes a specified foreign company, I will see how much activity is happening in India. On that Indian activity alone, on that Indian business activity alone, I will apply the whole Companies Act 2013 as if it were a deemed Indian company. So what is the status of PureSoft Solutions? You will say it's a foreign company first, but then because it fulfills these 2 conditions, it becomes a specified foreign company. So to the extent of the business being carried on in India, for that extent it becomes a deemed Indian company. Okay, now come to one last question, guys. May 2025 examination question. Let's see if this one we are able to answer. If we are able to answer this one confidently, we will close this concept over here. Okay, The question says ABC Inc., a company based in US. So it is incorporated in US, guys. My basic condition is fulfilled. It develops cyber security software and sells it to its Indian clients. So it develops cyber security software and it sells it to Indian clients. So therefore it is definitely having business activity in India, guys. Now, does this company have a place of business in India or not? Let's read the question again. The question says AB Inc., a company based in US, develops cyber security software and sells it to its Indian clients. Okay. So it is incorporated outside India. It does have business activity in India. It is selling software to Indian clients. ABC Inc. has entered into a service agreement with PQR Private Limited. So we're talking about a new company now, PQR Private Limited. My ABC Inc. has entered into a service agreement with them, a company incorporated in India. So ABC Inc. has entered into a contract with an Indian company. This Indian company is going to provide support to Indian customers for the software installation and after sale services, which means I can say that indirectly ABC Inc. has appointed PQR Private Limited as an agent in India, guys, who is going to provide these after sale services and installation services to the clients of ABC Inc. So it does have a place of business in India through an agent. It does have a place of business in India through PQR Private Limited. So therefore, yes, ABC Inc. first of all becomes a foreign company. Right, guys? Understood, right? They entered into a service agreement with PQR Private Limited, which is an Indian company. This PQR Private Limited is going to provide support to Indian customers for the software installation and after sales services. So this Indian company is going to become an agent of ABC Inc. and on behalf of ABC Inc. it's going to provide after sales services and software installation services to clients. So yes, ABC Inc. does have a place of business in India through the agent. So ABC Inc. becomes a foreign company. Then the question says PQR Private Limited, that same Indian company, holds 50% shares of ABC Inc. Explain whether ABC Inc. is required to comply with the provisions of Chapter 22 of the Companies Act 2013. I'll help you understand. First of all, what is this chapter 22, guys? Chapter 22 is nothing but the sections which we are learning right now. Basically, section 380 to section 393. These are your chapter 22 sections. Okay. Now listen, let's go step by step. First of all, is it a foreign company? Yes, we've checked all our conditions. It is a foreign company. Is it a specified foreign company, guys? Let us check. It is a foreign company, and that is condition number 1. And condition number 2, if you notice, this company, Indian citizens plus Indian companies put together are holding at least 50% shares in the company, guys, because PQR Private Limited is an Indian company holding exactly 50% shares. So yes, at least 50% shares are held by Indian citizens and Indian companies put together. Both my conditions are fulfilled. So ABC Inc. will become a specified category of foreign company. So because it becomes a specified category of foreign company, whatever is its Indian activity, whatever business it is doing in India, on this business we will apply the whole of Companies Act 2013 as if it were an Indian company. So it will become a deemed Indian company and we will apply the whole of Companies Act 2013. Okay, this is what we know, but they are not asking us this. What are they asking us? They are asking us whether this company has to comply with the provisions of Chapter 22 or not. That is, does this company have to follow these provisions or not? See, guys, first of all, this company is a foreign company. You agree, right? Whether this company is a deemed Indian company or not, secondary. First of all, this company is a foreign company. All the conditions are fulfilled. My basic condition, my 2 additional conditions are fulfilled. It is a foreign company. So because it is a foreign company, section 380 to section 393, though anyways it has to follow. In addition to that, it also has to follow all the other provisions of Companies Act also as if it were an Indian company. So these sections, anyways it has to follow. Understanding? I'll take you back to my flow chart. If my company happens to be a specified category of foreign company, I will treat it as if it is an Indian company and I will apply the whole Companies Act on it, no doubt. But first of all, it is a foreign company. So because it is a foreign company, section 380 to section 393 will anyways apply on the company, guys. So chapter 22 will anyways apply on the company. So they are asking us, does this company have to comply with the provisions of chapter 22? Your answer will be yes. No doubt, it also has to comply with the provisions of other, it also has to comply with the other provisions of Companies Act 2013 as if it were an Indian company, no doubt. But in addition to that, chapter 22, though anyways it has to follow because it is first of all a foreign company. Understanding? Now see, one small clarification I want to give you. Okay, you should not get confused that am I discussing with you in an incorrect manner or what. If you look at your ICI study material, the same thing they would have put in a slightly different manner. They would have said that section 380 to section 386 and section 392 to section 393, these sections will apply to foreign companies. Okay, and section 387 to 391, these sections will apply to companies incorporated outside India. Something like this they would have written in your study material. But if you notice, my way of presentation over here is slightly different. I am saying 380 to 393, all the sections are applicable to foreign companies. Only 387 to 391 are applicable only to companies incorporated outside India. So have I made a mistake over here, or is it written wrongly in ICI study material? No guys, neither. Both are correct, only just different methods of presentation. See, I help you understand, okay, how everything will fall in place, how this method of presentation is also correct, and what we have done is also correct. I prove it to you, okay. So this is what is written in ICI study material. Let's keep this as our base and let's try to fill this up. So let's say it's a foreign company. Will section 380 to 386 apply to foreign company? Yes guys, mentioned here itself, a foreign company, 380 to 386 will apply. Companies incorporated outside India, but they are not foreign companies. For them, will these sections apply? No. For companies incorporated outside India, only 387 to 391 will apply. Specified foreign companies, what about specified foreign companies? Specified foreign companies are first of all foreign companies, and then only second condition, at least 50% paid up share capital, all that. But first of all, they are foreign companies. So therefore, yes, 380 to 386 will apply because they are foreign companies. For Indian companies, no, it will not apply. Then section 392 to 393, even this is specifically mentioned over here for foreign companies. So it will apply for foreign companies, will not apply to companies incorporated outside India which are not foreign companies. For them, it will not apply. For specified foreign companies, it will apply because they are anyways foreign companies first of all. Indian companies, it will not apply. Now come 387 to 391, it will apply for whom? It will definitely apply for companies incorporated outside India. I put a tick over here, no doubt. Now even foreign companies, basic condition 1 guys, even they are incorporated outside India, no. So for foreign companies also it will apply. Specified foreign companies are first of all foreign companies. So for foreign companies, if 387 to 391 is applicable, then for specified foreign companies also it should apply. For Indian companies and all, it will not apply. Then what about other Companies Act 2013 provisions? Other Companies Act 2013 provisions will not apply for foreign company, will not apply for companies incorporated outside India, because for these companies only, these provisions only. But specified foreign companies, yes guys, they will be deemed to be Indian company to the extent of their business activity in India. On that, other Companies Act 2013 provisions will also apply. And if it's an Indian company, anyways, the whole Companies Act 2013 will apply. Understanding? So now if I have to summarize, okay, if I have to summarize, for foreign companies, what sections are applicable? Everything is applicable guys. That is, from section 380 to section 393, everything is applicable for foreign company. For company incorporated outside India, if you see, only 387 to 391 is applicable for these companies. For specified foreign companies, the whole Companies Act 2013 is applicable. For Indian companies also, the whole Companies Act 2013 is applicable. But there's a difference in this also. The difference is, for these Indian companies, chapter 22 will not apply, because chapter 22 is only for foreign companies. For specified foreign companies, because they are first of all foreign companies, chapter 22, what is chapter 22 guys? I'll tell you that also. Chapter 22 is nothing but this 380 to 393. 380 to 393, this is entire chapter 22. So chapter 22 will anyways apply for specified foreign company because it is first of all a foreign company. Okay, this is what, if you see, I have written here also. For foreign companies, I have written 380 to 393 on this basis only. Okay, so now I'm hoping you will not raise questions on our discussion, because I've proven to you that it's just the same thing, just an easier method of presentation like this. All right guys, so that's it. With this, I think we're good to close our discussion till here. All the concepts we've learned till here, nice and clear. First, we spoke about the meaning of foreign company. Then we discussed about all the examples and all the questions relating to section 2 clause 42. Then we spoke about, is foreign company a company or a body corporate? We concluded it is a body corporate. Then we had a detailed discussion regarding electronic mode, and then we spoke about section 379, which talks about the applicability of Companies Act 2013. So if it's a foreign company, the whole chapter 22 will apply. If it's a company incorporated outside India but not a foreign company, only 387 to 391 will apply. But if it is a specified category of foreign company, which means it is a foreign company wherein at least 50% of the paid up share capital is held by Indian citizens, Indian companies put together, then the chapter 22 will anyways apply because it's a foreign company. But other provisions of Companies Act will also apply, and if it's an Indian company, anyways whole Companies Act will apply. Okay guys, but of course if it's an Indian company, chapter 22 will not apply because chapter 22 is only for foreign companies and companies incorporated outside India. Alright, yes guys, nice questions also we have seen on this specified foreign companies. I think we can close this discussion over here. Can we move on to our next discussion? So come on guys, let's start off with the second part of the chapter. Now in the first part, whatever we've learned till now was the first part of the chapter. This was the part which was pure conceptual and it required hard work from both sides. But now the second part of the chapter is more or less procedural and less conceptual, and that is why the second part will require a little less hard work from my side and a little more hard work from your side. The second part being pure procedural, it's on you to sit with your book and study. But still, let me hold your hand and let me take you through the sections one by one. Let's try to do as much learning as possible together itself, and a lot of questions also side by side we'll keep discussing for these sections. Okay, so starting off with section 380 now. Before I start with section 380, let me give you a brief idea that what exactly does this section even tell us. Listen, alright. See, once a foreign company establishes a place of business in India, within 30 days itself, this foreign company will have to file form number FC1. Along with this form number FC1, a lot of documents also have to be submitted. To whom? To the ROC. Now question arises that to which ROC? See, when it comes to foreign company, generally the ROC New Delhi. The ROC New Delhi only has jurisdiction over the foreign company. Foreign company may have place of business in Chennai. I don't care. Foreign company may have place of business in Mumbai. I don't care. Doesn't matter where the place of business of the foreign company is. All the filings, all the documents, whatever has to be filed under any section, all the filings will be with which ROC? Only with ROC New Delhi. So only ROC New Delhi only has jurisdiction over foreign companies. Okay, but however, this form number FC1 alone, I am repeating again, this form number FC1 alone has to be filed with ROC Central Registration Center. This is an amendment. Understanding guys, only FC1 only has to be filed with ROC Central Registration Center. All the other documents, whatever other form, whatever financial statements, whatever annual return, everything else that a foreign company has to file, everything else will go to ROC New Delhi. Only form number FC1 only will come to ROC Central Registration Center. Okay, so once a company establishes a place of business in India, within 30 days, form number FC1 has to be filed by the foreign company with ROC Central Registration Center. This is the main part, the first part of section 380 guys. It has to be filed with ROC Central Registration Center, but all the other documents will be still filed with whom? Only FC1 only with ROC Central Registration Center. All other documents, everything will still be filed with ROC who has jurisdiction over New Delhi. Okay, then after this, what is the form number? Form number FC1. When do we file it with ROC? Within 30 days of establishing the place of business. Now in along with this form number FC1, a lot of documents also have to be submitted. We'll see these documents one by one now. Number 1, a certified copy of the charter of the company. Charter is nothing but MOA, AOA, all these important documents. Number 2, the full address of the company's registered office. It's a foreign company. It's incorporated outside India. So its registered office also will be outside India guys. That outside India registered office, the foreign address, full address also has to be informed to the ROC. Then in addition to this, we also have to inform to the ROC the full address of the Indian office. In India, whatever place of business we are having, address of that. But in case the foreign company is having multiple places of business, then out of all those places of business, which is the principal place of business, even that has to be informed to the ROC. Then the most important point over here guys, the foreign company will require somebody called as authorized representative. Okay, this authorized representative, they can have minimum one, so they can have more than one also they can have. This authorized representative, point number 1, he will be an Indian resident only. Okay, and he will be authorized to accept on behalf of this foreign company service of notices and other documents. I'll tell you how this works. All right, let's say the income tax department or SEBI or ROC, any authority wants to send any document to the foreign company. They will not send to that foreign company's foreign address and all. They will not send. If any person, any entity, any authority, whoever wants to send any notice or any communication to the foreign company, they will simply send it to this authorized representative. If they send it to the authorized representative, it will be as if that authority has given the notice to the foreign company. Understanding the importance of this authorized representative, guys, his main work will be what, his main duty is what, to receive notices and communications which are actually meant for the foreign company. So he has to be a resident. There can be more than one authorized representatives also. He will be authorized by the company to accept on behalf of the company service of notices and documents which are actually meant for the company. So income tax department, ROC, whoever has to send any document to the foreign company, they will not send to the foreign company's foreign address. No, they will simply send it to this authorized representative. Once they send it to the authorized representative, it will be as if they have sent it to the foreign company. Okay. Then along with FC1, we have to file documents. One of those documents will also be list of all the directors and company secretaries of this company, their name, their father's name, their date of birth, their residential address, their nationality, their passport number, their PAN number, their occupation, in case they have directors identification number, DIN, that also. Then in case that person is a company secretary, his CS membership number, email ID. So all the information about the directors and company secretary. Then in addition to this is again an important point. Okay, along with the FC1, we also have to give one declaration to the ROC. What declaration? That the directors and the authorized representative, none of them are ever convicted for any offense relating to formation or management of companies in India or abroad. The directors and the authorized representative, they have never been convicted, they have never been held guilty of any offense relating to formation or management of company, neither in India nor outside India. And lastly, in case the company in the past had a place of business in India, then details about that. In the past, let's say company had a factory, but company closed it. So when did the company open that factory in the past, and when did the company close it? So the past places of business, details about that also has to be informed to the ROC and other prescribed information. So all these documents will go to the ROC along with FC1. Then to this FC1, there will be one attachment also. In that attachment, this is interesting. Okay, sometimes what happens is, if a foreign company wants to establish a place of business in India, sometimes they require RBI approval under FEMA. So if they require RBI approval, that RBI approval has to be attached to FC1. But what if RBI approval is not required? If it is not required, then the authorized representative has to give a declaration saying that for our company, for this place of business, RBI approval under FEMA is not required. So there are only two possibilities: either FEMA RBI approval will be required or not required. If required, get the approval and attach the approval to FC1. If it is not required, then authorized representative will give a declaration saying that no approval is required for us. Now, whatever documents we have filed with ROC, the MOA, AOA, the address of the principal place of business in India, the details about the directors and all, if anything has to be changed, then we have to file form FC2 to make the alteration. It has to be filed with ROC within 30 days of alteration. But with which ROC, guys? See, form FC1, documents and attachments, that alone we file with ROC Central Registration Center. FC2, everything else we will file with ROC New Delhi only. Okay. And lastly, guys, when the foreign company closes a place of business in India, even that has to be informed to ROC. To which ROC? Of course, ROC New Delhi only. When we close the place of business in India, we have to inform ROC New Delhi. And once we close all the places of business in India, once a foreign company ceases to have any place of business in India, then from that day, that company will not have any more obligations under the Companies Act, because once you close all the places of business in India, you're not a foreign company anymore. Right, guys? So this was your section 380. One quick second revision of this section. Ready? Yes, come on, then we'll go to the questions. Okay, one last revision, 2 minutes only it will take us. Let's do it nicely. So under section 380, what is happening? There's a foreign company. This foreign company is establishing a place of business in India. As soon as it establishes a place of business in India, within 30 days itself, it has to file form FC1 along with a lot of documents and one attachment also. All of this has to be filed. With whom? This FC1 and the documents and the attachments, this alone has to be filed with ROC Central Registration Center. Apart from this, in this entire chapter, whatever else has to be filed with ROC, always ROC New Delhi only. Okay. Then we learned what are the documents which we have to file. Number 1, FC1. Number 2, a lot of documents. What are these documents? Number 1, we had a certified copy of the charter like MOA, AOA and all. Then the full address of the company's registered office outside India. Then the address of the Indian office, Indian place of business. If company is having multiple places of business in India, then what is the principal place of business in India? Then the most important point was the authorized representative point. Did you understand this one? The authorized representative has to be an Indian resident. In case any authority, any SEBI, income tax department or any ROC wants to send any document or any communication to the foreign company, they will send it to this authorized representative only. It will be as if they have served the notice to the company itself. Okay. Then we learned the list of directors directors and company secretaries, their name, address, PAN number, passport number, their director identification number, CS membership number, their date of birth, father's name, residential address, nationality, occupation. So all the details about the directors and company secretaries and other prescribed information. Okay, then we learned, so along with FC1, all these documents will be submitted, and along with this, one attachment also will be there. So totally three things, guys. FC1, along with FC1, all these documents, and there will be one attachment. Now, what is the attachment? The attachment will be RBI's approval. If the foreign company has to open a place of business in India, and for that, if RBI approval is required, they must get the RBI approval and attach it to FC1 while submitting. But if RBI approval is not required, then authorized representative will give a declaration saying, for us, in our situation, we don't require RBI approval. So there will be some attachment. Either the attachment will be RBI approval, or the attachment will be authorized representative's declaration saying, for us, RBI approval is not mandatory. Okay, so you're understanding, right? Three things will be filed with the ROC under section 380. Thing number 1, form number FC1. Thing number 2, the documents, the big list of documents we saw. And thing number 3, that's attachment. And then we learned whatever documents we have filed with ROC now along with FC1. If any alteration is required, within 30 days of the alteration itself, form number FC2 will be filed with ROC. With which ROC? ROC New Delhi. Only FC1, this bundle of documents only will go to ROC Central Registration Center. Everything else ROC New Delhi, guys. Okay. And then we learned, in case a foreign company closes the place of business in India, even that has to be informed to the ROC. But once the foreign company closes all the places of business in India, after that it will not have any other obligation under Companies Act itself, because once it closes all the places of business in India, if it is not having any place of business in India itself, it will not even be any foreign company anymore. So in that case, there will be no more obligation on this foreign company. Okay, now come on. Now I am confident that you have understood. Now come on, let's have a look at the questions one by one. The first question over here, Jackson Communications LLC, incorporated in Arizona, USA. So the company is incorporated outside India. It has established a principal place of business at Kolkata, West Bengal. It is required to deliver requisite documents to the specified authority. You are required to select an appropriate option from the four given below, which indicates the number of days within which such documents will be delivered. I have a foreign company, guys, Jackson Communications LLC. Why am I saying it's a foreign company? Because it is incorporated outside India. It has a place of business in India, and I'll assume that this company is going to do business in this place of business in India. So therefore it is a foreign company. Now this foreign company wants to submit documents to some specified authority. To whom will they submit documents, guys? They will submit documents, it depends. FC1 they will submit to ROC Central Registration Center. Everything else they will submit to ROC New Delhi. Okay, but they're not asking us over here to whom we have to submit. They're just asking us within how many days it has to be submitted. Within 30 days we learned, right? FC1 has to be submitted within 30 days of opening the place of business in India. So 10 days no, 15 days no, 45 days no, 30 days option C. FC1 has to be submitted within 30 days of establishing the place of business in India. Okay. Then come to my next MCQ over here. FAM Software Company Inc., a company incorporated in Australia, proposes to establish a place of business at Mumbai. The list of directors include, so who are the directors of the company? Mr. Arjun, Managing Director, Mr. Ranveer, Director, Mr. Ramesh Malik, Director, and Mr. Arbas, Director. Okay. Then the question says, Miss Lavina has been appointed as a secretary of the company. Alright. It is to be noted that Mr. Ramesh Malik, who is one of the directors, and Mr. Arbas, who is also one of the directors, resident in India, are the persons who have been authorized by FAM Software Company Inc. to accept on behalf of the company service of process, notices, or other documents required to be served on FAM Software Company Inc. Understood, guys? Basically, Mr. Ramesh, director number 1, and Mr. Arbas, director number 2, both are residents of India. Both are authorized representatives of the company. They only will receive whatever documents have to be sent to the company. Then the question says, in relation to the company's establishment, enlighten the FAM Company Inc., with respect to whom a declaration will be required to be submitted to the ROC by FAM Software Company Inc. for not being convicted or debarred from formation of companies in or outside India. Do you recall? When we submit form number FC1 with the ROC, we have to submit a lot of documents also. So we submit FC1 plus documents plus attachment, guys. Now in this documents, one of the points was a declaration. A declaration has to be given that person number 1 and person number 2, these two people, they have never been convicted in India or outside India for any offense relating to formation or management of the company. That is what they're asking us. This declaration is required from whom, guys? We had seen declaration is required from two people. Number 1, the directors of the company, and number 2, the authorized representative. From these two, declaration is required. See, I had discussed this with you over here. A declaration is required from the directors and the authorized representative saying that they have never been convicted or debarred with respect to any formation or management of companies in India or outside India, guys. So we need the declaration from directors and authorized representative. Who are the directors over here? Arjun, Ranveer, Ramesh, Malik, and Arbaz. All the 4 guys. So Arjun, Ranveer, where do we have? Arjun, Ranveer, Ramesh, Malik, and Arbaz. These are the directors. Also the authorized representative. Authorized representative, we have Ramesh and Arbaz only, who are already anyways covered over here. So option D. This question is testing your knowledge whether you know the declaration is required from whom. Declaration is required from two people, from the directors, all the directors, and from the authorized representatives. Here we have 4 directors, and out of the 4 directors, the same 2 directors are authorized representative. So these 4 people, all their declarations are required that they have never ever been convicted or debarred with respect to any offense relating to formation or management of any company in or outside India. Okay, this was another MCQ. Now have a look at the next question over here. This is a descriptive question. The question says ABC Limited, a foreign company. So they themselves have called it a foreign company. It has Indian principal place of business at Kolkata, West Bengal. It is required to deliver various documents to ROC. You are required to state where the said company should deliver the documents. It's a foreign company. Its principal place of business in India is Kolkata. To whom will it send documents? Form number FC1 plus the documents plus the attachments. This will be sent to whom, guys? This will be sent to ROC, Central Registration Center. All other forms, all other documents, whatever else has to be filed with ROC will always go to ROC, New Delhi. Does it matter to you that the company's principal place of business is in Kolkata? That is irrelevant, guys. Doesn't matter. Or ROC New Delhi only will have jurisdiction over foreign companies. Okay, this was question number 15. Now come to question number 16. The question says fine publishers registered in Tokyo, so it's registered outside India, began operating in India during the financial year 2009. Company has duly submitted all necessary documents to the ROC within specified date. Everything submitted properly. Then the question says on the 1st of March 23, Fine Publishers Limited has shifted its principal office in Tokyo. So there is some change, guys. There's a change in the company's principal office in Tokyo. Is Fine Publishers required to undertake any steps due to change in address of principal office? We had learned along with FC1, we are filing a lot of documents and we are filing one attachment also. Now, if there is any change in these documents, the change or the alteration has to be notified to the ROC in form number FC2 within 30 days of the alteration, guys. Now, in these documents, if you remember, one of the points was the address of this foreign company outside India. Basically, the foreign company outside India, where is the registered office? Where is the principal office? That address also has to be informed along with these documents, guys. There's a change in that address. The principal office in Tokyo is being changed. The address is being changed. So there is some change in these documents. Within 30 days, this company has to file Form FC2 to ROC and has to inform ROC about it. So I'll take you back to the documents over here. This point, guys, full address of the company, full address of the company's RO or principal office. This has to be informed to the ROC along with FC1. Now, then apart from this, this is also relevant over here. Any change in these documents within 30 days of alteration in Form FC2, we are supposed to inform ROC New Delhi. So yes, there is an obligation, there is a step which is required to be taken by Fine Publishers. As soon as the change happens within 30 days itself, we are supposed to file Form FC2 with ROC, and in which ROC New Delhi, and inform the ROC New Delhi about this alteration. Okay, so here the knowledge required is, first of all, you should know that this detail, that where is the company's principal office outside India. First of all, you should know that this is in that list, in that big list of documents which have to be filed with ROC. Then secondly, you have to know that in that list, whatever change occurs within 30 days, Form FC2 has to be filed with ROC. Okay, and now come to one last question over here. The question says, Jackson and Jackson LLC, incorporated in Germany, is proposing to establish a business in Mumbai, India. Its official documents are in German language. Whether Jackson and Jackson LLC can file the required documents with ROC in the same language? No. If it's in a foreign language, they have to be translated into English, and you simply can't file the English copy, guys. You have to get this certified. You have to get the translated copy certified. That certified copy only has to be filed with ROC. I'll show you the provision over here. See, if the instrument is in a foreign language, a certified English translation thereof shall be delivered. So if it is in a foreign language, we have to first translate into English. Then we straight away can't file the translated copy with ROC. We have to get the translated copy certified. That certified copy only has to be filed with ROC. Okay, so this was one big section, guys, section 380. Now let's start our second section in the chapter 22, section number 381. By the way, section 380, what we learned over here, will apply for which companies, guys? Will it apply to foreign companies, or will it apply to companies incorporated outside India also? See, it will not apply to companies incorporated outside India. Companies incorporated outside India, only 387 to 391, right? So all the other sections in chapter 22 only for foreign companies. Alright, come on, come to the next section of section 381. Even this will be only for foreign companies. So this section is about the accounts of foreign companies. Let's see it part by part. So the section says that the foreign company shall prepare financial statements of its Indian business operations as per Schedule 3 format for each financial year. Now there's a lot of confusion over here. Is it financial year or is it calendar year? I'll tell you why the confusion is. Section 381 says that it should be for each calendar year, okay? But section 381 also says as may be prescribed by the rules, and the rules say financial year. So what will apply, guys? Financial year. Even though the act says current year, the act however says or as may be prescribed by the rules, and the rules say financial year. So therefore financials will be prepared by every foreign company for each financial year. Now along with the financial statements, there will be some annexures. To the financial statements, we will attach 2 documents and we will attach 3 statements. So what are the 2 documents? All the documents as per the chapter accounts of companies, guys, that is your balance sheet, your P&L, your explanatory notes, statements for changes in equity, cash flow statement, all that will be attached to the financial statements. Then in case CFS is applicable, consolidated financial statements also. Then 3 statements: statements of related party transactions, statement of repatriation of profits, and statement of transfer of funds. So you have to understand that in repatriation of profit also, companies, the foreign companies taking money from India and sending it outside India. In transfer of funds like dividend, here also companies taking money from India and sending it outside India. Then what's the difference? Why are we having 2 different points over here? There's a reason. See, repatriation of profit means the foreign company has a place of business in India. From the place of business in India, they've made money. They're taking that money back to the foreign country. They're taking the money back. The foreign company is taking the money back. But in a dividend example, here what happens is the foreign company is not taking the money back. The whatever profit the company has earned from the place of business in India, that profit is being distributed to the shareholders as dividend. So the company is not taking the money back. The money is being given to the shareholders. So there's a difference. So both, there should be a statement on repatriation of profits also, how much money the foreign company has taken back, and number 2, how much money we have transferred in the form of dividend and all. For both, statement has to be there. So listen everybody, to the financial statements we will attach all these annexures. Now these annexures will be 2 documents and 3 statements. Then along with all this, form number FC3, all these things have to be sent to the ROC. Which ROC? ROC New Delhi. We don't know what is FC3 till now. I will discuss it with you. So till here, let us see once again. So first of all, the foreign company will prepare financial statements for its Indian business operations for each financial year. So to these financial statements, we will attach 5 annexures, which will be 2 documents and 3 statements. What are the 2 documents? Number 1, all the documents as per accounts of companies chapter. That is your balance sheet, P&L, cash flow statement, statement for changes in equity, and your explanatory notes. And apart from that, even CFS if applicable. Okay. Then these are the documents. Then there will be three statements also. Number one, statement of related party transactions. Then the other is statement of repatriation of profits, and lastly statement of transfer of funds. Okay, so to the financial statements of the company, of the foreign company, we will attach these annexures and then form FC3. FC3, what is FC3? Let's discuss that now itself. Come to this part, guys. So FC3 will contain a list of all the places of business in India established by the foreign company as on the date of balance sheet. So as on the date of balance sheet, this foreign company is having how many places of business in India? All those places, full address. That is FC3. Okay. So these three things have to be filed with ROC New Delhi, when all of this has to be filed within 6 months from the end of the financial year. Okay. Now, what if I'm not able to file within 6 months from the end of the financial year? It's okay. We can go to the ROC and we can ask for extension. ROC will give us maximum 3 months extension. ROC will give us. Okay. Till here clear? That's it about the first part of section 381, guys. Regarding financial statements, the foreign company will prepare financials as per schedule 3 format for the Indian business operations. Now to the financial statements, we will attach annexures, 5 annexures, which will have 2 documents and 3 statements. All the documents under the accounts of companies chapter, then consolidated financial statements, related documents, then 3 statements, statement of related party transactions, statement of repatriation of profits, and statement of transfer of funds. Then form FC3, form number FC3 will simply contain the list of the places of business in India. As on the date of balance sheet, the foreign company is having how many places of business in India? All those places, full address. Okay. So all these things will be filed with ROC within 6 months from the end of the financial year. And in case we are not able to file within 6 months, then in that case we can ask for ROC, we can ask for an extension from the ROC. ROC will give us maximum 3 months extension. Okay, now come to the second part. This section 381 has 3 parts, guys. The first part is what we just learned about the financial statements. The second part is going to be about the annual return. Just like how we have learned about annual return in section 92, guys, same way even foreign companies also have to prepare an annual return. That will be in form number FC4. This has to be filed with ROC along with fees. Obviously it has to be filed within 60 days from the end of the financial year. So look at this diagram, guys. From the end of the financial year, within 60 days, annual return has to be filed by the foreign company with the ROC. From the end of the financial year, within 6 months, the foreign company has to file financials with the ROC. Now simultaneously here itself, let's discuss how are the provisions relating to annual return and financial statements different for foreign companies versus Indian companies. For foreign companies, we are saying annual return 60 days and financial statements 6 months, and both the time limits are from the end of the financial year. Totally opposite for Indian company, guys. For Indian companies, for annual return and for financial statements, the time limits are from the AGM date. So for the Indian company, annual return has to be filed within 60 days from the AGM, and the financial statements have to be filed within 30 days of the AGM. So it is very, very different. They are not even comparable. Understanding? For foreign companies, annual return 60 days from the end of the financial year. For Indian companies, 60 days from the AGM. For foreign companies, financial statements have to be filed with ROC within 6 months from the end of the financial year. For Indian companies, financials have to be filed with ROC within 30 days of the AGM. Be careful, there's a difference. Then, just like how Indian companies also have to get the books of accounts audited, even the foreign companies' books also have to be audited, but only that part of the books, only that part of the accounts which relate to the Indian business only, to that part only. Obviously, even over here, who will be the auditor? Same thing, guys, practicing chartered accountant, either individual or a firm. If it's a firm, it can be a partnership firm or it can be an LLP. Same thing even over here. Understanding? So, this was section number 381, covering 3 things. Number 1, the financial statements. Number 2, the annual return. And number 3, audit of accounts. Don't forget, guys, I'll do the differentiation for you over here. I'll do the differentiation with respect to foreign company and Indian company. So annual return and financial statements, all the time limits will be from when? For foreign company, annual return and financial statements, both time limit will be from the end of the financial year. For the Indian company, both the time limits are from the date of the AGM. Okay, then the second difference. What is the time limit for annual return for a foreign company? 60 days from the end of the financial year. For Indian company, 60 days from the date of the AGM. What is the time limit to file financial statements with the ROC for foreign company? Within 6 months from the end of the financial year. For Indian company, it is 30 days from the date of the AGM. Okay, guys, and even for foreign companies, the financials have to be audited. And don't forget form number FC3, which will contain the list of all the places of business of this foreign company as on the date of balance sheet. So form number FC1 was the form which we filed with the CRC, ROC, Central Registration Center, at the time of opening place of business in India. Form FC2 we file with ROC New Delhi whenever there is any change in the documents which we have filed along with FC1 with ROC. Then Form FC3 is what we file every year with the ROC, containing the list of the places of business that this foreign company is having in India as on the balance sheet date. Okay, now come on, have a look at the questions over here. The first question, 5K Cosmetic Shop PLC, a company incorporated in Switzerland, is involved in digital supply services through electronic mode, the server of which is located outside India. The company follows calendar year as its financial year. Every year, the company is required to prepare a balance sheet and P&L account. You are required to choose a correct timeline within which the documents will be filed with the ROC. So they are asking us about balance sheet and P&L. These will be financial statements. Financial statements have to be filed with the ROC in case of a foreign company. When, guys? Within 6 months. Within 6 months from the end of the financial year. It is not 30 days, not 3 months, not 60 days. Within 6 months from the end of the financial year. This was simple. Come to this question now. This question, let's read it carefully. The question says Lavender International Entertainment Inc., headquartered and registered in New York City and a prominent name in lifestyle audio innovations, professional audio and lighting solutions, and digital transformation, is present in more than 70 countries, including India. Due to certain mishappenings, the company was unable to file its financial statements along with necessary documents for 2023. It's a foreign company. Company was not able to file financial statements with the ROC. Then the question says it is observed that ROC may, for any special reason and on an application made in writing by Lavender International Entertainment, extend the filing time maximum up to a certain period. If you're not able to file the financial statements with the ROC within 6 months from the end of the financial year, under section 381, you can request the ROC for an extension. Maximum extension, how many months, guys? 3 months. That is what the question is all about. Tell me, guys, how many months? 1 month? Wrong. 2 months? Wrong. 3 months? Correct. 6 months? Wrong. So the extension time limit is 3 months. Extra 3 months is what the ROC can give you. Okay, maximum 3 extra months. So in the provisions part, in the second part of the chapter, until now, we have seen 2 sections, guys. Section 380, which was about FC1 filing with ROC. FC1, FC2, both we covered in section 380. And now section 381, 3 things we learned: filing financial statements plus 5 annexures plus form FC3 with the ROC within 6 months from the end of the financial year. Second part, filing annual return with the ROC in form number FC4 within 60 days from the end of the financial year, and finally audit of the books of accounts of foreign company. Okay, now come to the next discussion, section 382. Now section 382 is also applicable to foreign company only, guys. Now under section 382 we are putting 2 requirements on the foreign companies, requirement 1 and requirement 2. Under requirement 1, outside every place of business, like the foreign company may have multiple places of business in India. They may have a factory in India, a showroom in India, a shop in India. They might have multiple places of business in India. Outside every place of business, they have to put 3 things. Number 1, the company's name. Number 2, the country of incorporation. Number 3, whether the liability of the members is limited or not limited. Now this has to be put in a conspicuous position, which means it should be visible. Okay, and it should be put in what language? In English also, and it should also be put in the local language of that particular area where the place of business is situated. So in the locality language also, in English also, 3 things have to be put: company's name, the country, the company's name, the country of incorporation, and whether the liability of members is limited or not. Now the same 3 things, guys, company's name, the country of incorporation, and whether the liability is limited or not, the same 3 things also has to be put onto the foreign company's business letters, bill heads, letter paper, notices, and other official publications. The same 3 things have to be mentioned over here also, but this will be only in English language, not required in locality language and all. Understanding? Section 382, display of name. So there are 2 requirements on foreign companies. Requirement number 1, how many ever places of business are there in India? Outside every place of business, they have to put a board containing 3 things. Number 1, the name of the company. Number 2, the country of incorporation. And number 3, whether the liability of members is limited or not. These 3 things have to be put in a conspicuous position, which means they must be visible in English also and also in the locality language also. Then on each letterhead, on the business letters, notices, official publications, on these also, The same three things have to be mentioned, but in English. Okay, this was a simple section, section 382. Coming to the next section now, section 383. Even this will apply to foreign companies only, guys. Now this section you will not find it very difficult at all, because major chunk of this section you're already aware of. You know that if any person, ROC, income tax department, GST department, any person wants to send any notice, document, or any communication to the foreign company, will they send it to the foreign company's registered office outside India? No. Will they send it to the foreign company's place of business in India? No. Will they send it to the foreign company's principal place of business in India? No. And will they send it to the foreign company's authorized representative? Yes. You're already aware of this. We had spoken about this point in section 380 also. So section 383 says that if any person wants to send any notice or document to the foreign company, it will be addressed to whom? It will be addressed to the authorized representative. And then in what mode will it be sent? Either it will be sent personally, that is by hand. Personally we can leave it at the respective address, or we can send it by way of post, or we can send it by way of electronic mode. Okay, simple section. Once the notice is so sent to the authorized representative, it will be as if it has been served to the foreign company. So this is about service of documents to the foreign company. So I'll repeat one last time. If any person requires any notice, document, or any communication to be served on the foreign company, it will be addressed to the authorized representative instead, and it will be sent either by hand, it will be left at the respective address, or it will be sent by post, or it will be sent by electronic means. If it is so served, it will be deemed as if it has been served on the foreign company. Okay, now have a look at this question. Simple question, guys. X Inc. is a company registered in the UK and carrying on trading activity with principal place of business in Chennai. Since the company did not obtain registration or make arrangements to file return, the state VAT officer having jurisdiction intends to serve a show cause notice on the foreign company. So here there is a state VAT officer. He wants to send the show cause notice to the foreign company. So what are they asking us? As standing counsel for the department, advise the VAT officer on valid service of notice. Listen, state VAT officer, if you want to serve the notice to the foreign company, what you should do is, you should address it to whom? It should, instead of being addressed to the foreign company, it should be addressed to the authorized representative of the foreign company. And how? What is the mode? What is the mode in which this notice will be sent? Either it has to be sent personally and it has to be left at the respective address, or it should be sent by way of post, or it should be sent by electronic mode. And always remember, guys, electronic mode does not mean WhatsApp, Telegram and all. Electronic mode is only email. Okay, so this was a simple discussion. Section 383, small section, guys. So section 380 was about documents to be filed with the ROC. Where is section? Here, this is section 380, the documents to be filed with the ROC within 30 days of establishing place of business in India. Then we had learnt about section 381, three parts we had spoken about over here: financial statements, annual return and audit. Then we had spoken about section 382, two parts over here. Number one, outside every place of business, the foreign company has to put three things: the name of the company, the country of incorporation, and also whether the liability of members is limited or not. Same three things also have to be put onto the business letters, letterhead, the letter papers, notices, the bill books and all of this. Then we learnt now at section 383, service of documents to the foreign company. Now comes section 384, guys. Section 384 says that whatever provisions are applicable to Indian companies with respect to debentures, same provisions will apply for foreign company also. Whatever provisions apply to an Indian company with respect to CSR, same provisions will apply for foreign company also. But however, yes, annual return provisions also will apply to foreign company. But two differences, guys. One, form is different. If Indian company is filing the annual return, form MGT7, MGT7A will apply. But if foreign company is filing annual return, form number FC4 will apply. We learnt it in section 381 only. Then one more difference will apply. If an Indian company is filing annual return, time limit will be 60 days from the date of AGM. But if foreign company is filing annual return, for this the time limit will be 60 days from the end of the financial year. So bearing these two differences, whatever provisions are applicable to annual return for an Indian company, same thing will also apply for a foreign company. Then whatever provisions relating to charges are applicable to Indian company, same thing will apply for foreign companies also. And similarly, inspection, inquiry, investigation, these provisions also. The most interesting point is books of accounts, guys. Listen to me. Indian companies, section 128, we had learned that books of accounts have to be kept by the company at the registered office or any other place in India, which the board of directors will decide by passing a board resolution. Right, guys? But however, when it comes to foreign company, the foreign company will have to keep the books of accounts at the principal place of business in India. Which books of accounts? Not the entire books of accounts. They will be preparing books of accounts relating to their Indian operations, right? Relating to their Indian business operations. Those books of accounts, they have to keep where? At the principal place of business. See, have a look at this now. What I've done in this page is I have tried to put in one place one master summary that until now, in which section have we seen place of business? In which section have we seen principal place of business? There's a difference, guys. I'll help you understand. See, a foreign company may have multiple places of business in India. If it has one place of business only, fine. But if it has multiple places of business in India, out of all those places of business, it has to pick one principal place of business. So number one, we have place of business concept. Another concept is principal place of business. Okay, guys. First time we spoke about place of business and all in section 380. In section 380, we had learned that as soon as a foreign company establishes a place of business in India, within 30 days, it has to file with ROC, Central Registration Center, three things. Form number FC1, some documents. Remember the big list of documents we saw, and attachment. Remember the attachment, guys. Either the attachment will be RBI approval under FEMA, or the attachment will be a declaration by the authorized representative saying that RBI approval is not applicable for us. Okay. Now in the documents, one of the points was address of place of business in India, guys. But there we had learned that if the foreign company is having multiple places of business, then we have to put in the document only the address of the principal place of business. See, I'll take you back to section 380. We had learned it over here. We said in section 380, in the documents, we have to inform the ROC about the full address of the Indian office. But if the foreign company is having multiple Indian offices, then only principal place of business, guys. So generally in section 380, we are supposed to inform the ROC about the place of business of the company in India. But if the foreign company is having multiple places of business in India, then we will only inform ROC about the address of principal place of business. We don't have to give him the full list of all the places of business. We don't have to give. But in section 381, three parts I taught you. First was financial statements, second was annual return, third was audit. In the financial statements point, I told you three things you have to file with ROC New Delhi. One is financial statements, other is annexures, and third is FC3. Remember FC3. In FC3, I told you that we have to put the list of addresses of all the places of business in India as on which date? As on the balance sheet date. Do you recall this? Yes, guys. So in section 380, we have to give to the ROC the address of place of business in India. But if we have multiple places of business, then we only have to give the address of the principal place of business. So in section 380, focuses on principal place of business. In section 381, in FC3, we have to give to the ROC the list of addresses of all the places of business. All the places of business. In section 384, now books of accounts. Books of accounts, where do we have to keep? At the principal place of business only. The books of accounts relating to the Indian business operations, not at the registered office, not at any place of business, only at the principal place of business. Understanding, guys? No confusion at all, right? So section 384 I can close. Right, guys, we had 5 points over here. Now listen, let's move on to our next discussion. Section 385. Section 385 says, when the foreign company registers any document with ROC New Delhi, it shall pay the fees as prescribed in the rules. Simple section that whenever any document is filed with the ROC, they have to pay fees also. Fine. Now coming to the next section, guys, section 386. And by the way, section 385 also, section 386 also will apply to foreign companies only, right? For companies incorporated outside India, we will start only 387 onwards. So anyways, coming to section 386, it is an interpretation section, very simple section. It defines three words. One is place of business. This we already saw, remember? That place of business includes share transfer office, share registration office. This we already know. Let's talk about the certified concept. See, guys, the certified concept until now we have seen in two places. Number one, we had learnt in section 380 that when we are filing the documents with the ROC within 30 days along with FC1, one of those documents will be the charter of the company, like MOA, AOA and all. And in case it happens to be in a foreign language, it has to be translated into English. Now, after translating it into English, it can't be directly filed with the ROC. It has to be certified. The translated copy has to be certified, only then it can be filed with ROC. Similarly, guys, when we learned about the financial statements of the company, section 381. Now, even in section 381, I'll show you, okay. Even in section 381 it is mentioned that all these annexures, if they happen to be in a foreign language, they have to be translated into English. But just like that, the translated copy we can't file with the ROC, it has to be certified. So in two places until now we have seen the word certified. Number one, we saw the word certified in section 380 for the charter of the company, and number two, in section 381, in the annexures, here also we are seeing that, if they are not in English language, they have to be translated into English, and the translated copy has to be certified. Now the question arises that what do you mean by this word certified? Certified means two things. It has to be certified that it is a true copy, and it has to be certified that it is correct translation. So two things, guys. Certified means it has to be certified to be a true copy and correct translation. Okay, this is certified. Then comes director. See, we had learned that in foreign company, whoever are the directors and the company secretary, their details have to be given under section 380 along with FC1 in all that, in the big list of documents. One of the points was we have to give the details of the directors and company secretary, their name, their address, their nationality, father's name, date of birth, PAN number, passport number, director identification number. That big list we had, guys. Now there we are seeing we are seeing the word director over there. What does director mean? In a foreign company, who is a director? Director includes, so it's an extensive definition. Director includes any person in accordance with whose directions or instructions the board of the company is accustomed to act. So basically, guys, sometimes what happens is companies have what is called as a shadow director. Shadow director means if you look at the list of board of directors and all, this person's name will not be written over there. So in the official list, he's not a director of the company, but he has major impact over the company. He has major influence over the company. Whenever the board of directors want to make any decision, even though he is not a director, guys, the board will come to him and ask him for advice. Like for example, major investors, big investors who have invested a lot of money in the company. So even though they are not directors in the company, sometimes they have such an influence over the board that whenever the board makes any decision, the board will come to these people and will ask for their advice or directions. So here we are applying the concept of substance over form, and we are creating a deeming provision that even if that person's name is not there in the official list of directors of the company, still, if he has such an influence over the board that whatever decision the board takes, the board comes to him, asks him for his advice, asks him for his directions, then such a person, even though as per legal terms he's not a director of the company as per the official list, but still, substance over form, we will treat him as if he's a director. So director includes any person in accordance with whose directions or instructions the board of directors is accustomed to act. Okay, guys, this was section 386. Now we're starting section 387. Now 387, 388, 389, 390 and 391. These 5 sections, guys, will not only apply to foreign companies, they will also apply to companies which are incorporated outside India. Let's start. Section 387 is all about prospectus. So whenever a foreign company or a company incorporated outside India decides to issue a prospectus in India, issue securities and raise money from India, then the prospectus which they prepare, the prospectus number 1, provision number 1, it should be dated and signed. Provision number 2, what should be the contents of the prospectus? The contents, this list over here is the list of contents. See, whatever are the usual contents which are mentioned in section 26, that will anyways be there in the prospectus. In addition to that, there are 5 extra things which have to be in the prospectus of a foreign company or a company incorporated outside India. Number 1, the instrument defining the constitution of the company, like the MOA of the company, for example. Then the enactment or the provisions under which the company was incorporated. Basically, the foreign law, the Foreign Companies Act, the foreign law under which that company is incorporated outside India, that foreign law. Then at some Indian address, in some address in India, these 2 documents should be kept open for inspection. So what is the Indian address where these 2 documents can be inspected? Then the date of incorporation, the country of incorporation, and lastly, if this company has a place of business in India, then where is a place of business located in India? So these are the 5 extra things which have to be written in the prospectus of a foreign company or in the prospectus of a company incorporated outside India. The usual contents of prospectus which you write in section 26, that will anyways be written. In addition to that, we also have to put in the prospectus the instrument defining the constitution of the company, then the foreign law under which the company was incorporated, the Indian address where both of these can be inspected, then the date of incorporation of the company, country of incorporation, and if the company has a place of business in India, where is the address, where is it situated. So we have 5 extra points. Okay guys, then listen to my next point. Whatever contents of prospectus we have just seen, these contents will not apply if it is a rights issue, if the company is making a rights issue, or if the company is making an issue which is uniform in all respects with the shares and debentures already issued and quoted in a stock exchange. Same point you have in your prospectus chapter for Indian companies also guys, so I'm not going too much in detail. So this we've already discussed in full detail in our prospectus chapter. Same thing only even over here, that whatever contents of prospectus we have seen, it will not apply if the company is making a rights issue, and it will also not apply if the shares and debentures are uniform in all respects to the shares and debentures already issued and listed in the stock exchange. Okay, now coming to section 388. Section 387 was about the contents of the prospectus, dating and signing the prospectus. Now section 388, this section is also relating to the prospectus. It is more specifically saying it is relating to the expert's consent which is mentioned in the prospectus. Now this section also will apply to foreign company also, to companies incorporated outside India also guys. Now you know very well, even in our prospectus chapter we had learned that whenever the company prepares a prospectus, in the prospectus a company can put an expert statement. By putting an expert statement, the credibility of the prospectus increases guys. So if the company, even over here same thing, if the foreign company incorporated outside India, if they are making a prospectus, in the prospectus they can put an expert statement, but they can put an expert statement only if 3 conditions are fulfilled. Condition number 1, the expert's consent should be obtained. Then condition number 2, the expert must not have withdrawn his consent. So first we have to get the expert's consent, then we have to ensure expert has not withdrawn his consent before the prospectus is filed with ROC. Before that he should not have withdrawn his consent. And the third condition is that in the prospectus the company must write a statement that yes, the expert has given us the consent, and no, he has not withdrawn the consent before we filed the prospectus with ROC. Before that he has not withdrawn his consent. Simple point guys, exactly the same thing we had even in our prospectus chapter, same 3 conditions only. So yes, when the foreign company or when the company incorporated outside India, when they issue a prospectus in India, yes, that prospectus can contain an expert statement, but for that 3 preconditions have to be fulfilled. Precondition number 1, the expert should give his consent. Precondition number 2, after giving consent, expert should not have withdrawn his consent before filing the prospectus with ROC. And lastly, in the prospectus we have to put a fact that yes, we got the consent from the expert, and no, he has not withdrawn his consent before the prospectus was filed with ROC. Okay, now comes the next section guys, section 389. Now this will also apply to foreign company, also to company incorporated outside India also. Just like how we have learned for Indian companies that before the company can issue the prospectus to the public, before that itself a copy of the prospectus, the signed and approved copy, has to be filed with ROC. Same way even over here guys, before the foreign company, before the company incorporated outside India, before they can issue the prospectus to the ROC, before that it has to be filed with the ROC. So what has to be filed with the ROC? A certified copy of the prospectus has to be filed with the ROC. It has to be certified by whom? By the chairperson of the company and by 2 directors. So they will certify the prospectus. That certified copy will be filed with the ROC. Which ROC? ROC New Delhi guys. Only FC1 only, ROC Central Registration Center. All other documents have to be filed with ROC New Delhi only. So it will be filed with ROC New Delhi, but don't forget the certified copy will be filed with ROC New Delhi. Then on the prospectus it should also be mentioned that yes, like this we have filed the prospectus with the ROC. Okay, now see guys, to the prospectus we have to attach some documents. Number 1, we have to attach the expert's consent. Then number 2, a copy of the contract for appointment of MD manager. Number 3, any material contract which we have entered in the last 2 years. Number 4, a copy of the underwriting agreement. And number 5, copy of the power of attorney. Alright, so these 5 things will be attached to the prospectus. The prospectus has to be first certified by 2 people, chairperson and 2 directors, and then the certified copy has to be filed with the ROC. Then only it will be issued to the public. To the prospectus we have to attach 5 things. Number 1, a copy of the expert's consent. Number 2, a copy of the contract appointing MD or manager. Point number 3, a copy of all the material contracts which we have entered in the last 2 years. Point number 4, copy of underwriting agreement. And number 5, copy of the power of attorney. Okay, now comes our next concept guys, section 390. Now this will also apply to both foreign companies, also companies incorporated outside India also. Now section 390 talks about Indian depository receipt. See, this concept of Indian depository receipt is not applicable to Indian companies. See, understand, in our prospectus chapter we had spoken about a global depository receipt, remember, section 41 guys. Now global depository receipt, American depository receipt, these concepts come into the picture when an Indian company wants to go to a foreign country and raise money from there. Like for example, an Indian company wants to go to the US and raise money from there. the Indian company will issue American depository receipt. Similarly, if the Indian company wants to go to Europe and raise money from there, then the Indian company will issue global depository receipts. Now, it is reverse. A foreign company, a company incorporated outside India, from outside a company is coming and wants to raise money from India, they will issue Indian depository receipt. Understanding, guys? So GDR and ADR, these are issued by Indian companies because they want to raise money from outside India. Similarly, if a foreign company or a company incorporated outside India wants to come to India and raise money from here, they will issue Indian depository receipt. So Indian depository receipt cannot be issued by Indian companies, can be issued only by foreign companies and companies incorporated outside India. Okay, guys. Now, if the foreign company or the company incorporated outside India, if they want to issue these Indian depository receipts, they can issue. But for that, they have to fulfill some provisions. They have to follow some rules and regulations. Now, central government has made some rules and regulations. They have to follow that. Also, SEBI issue of capital and disclosure requirement regulations 2009, they have to follow this, and they also have to follow RBI directions. So if a foreign company or a company incorporated outside India wants to issue Indian depository receipts in India, they have to follow three things. Number one, central government rules. Number two, SEBI issue of capital and disclosure requirement, SEBI ICDR regulations. And number three, RBI directions. Okay. Then comes the last section, section 391, which is again applicable to both foreign companies and companies incorporated outside India. After this, my remaining two sections, 392 and 393, will apply again only for foreign companies. So this is the last section for companies incorporated outside India. Applications of section 34 to 36 and chapter 20. First, understand what are these sections. Section 34 talks about civil liability. Civil liability if there's any misstatement in the prospectus. Section 35 talks about criminal liability if there's a misstatement in the prospectus. Then comes section 36, punishment for fraudulently inducing persons to invest money. In our prospectus chapter, we had learned this section, guys. We had learned that if any person knowingly or recklessly makes any SPF, remember, statement, promise or forecast, which is false, deceptive or misleading, so that he can induce you to buy securities of a company or to subscribe to the securities of any company or to secure a profit by fluctuation in the share prices or any credit facilities and all, then he will be punished under section 447. So that section, section 36, here it was under this section, if you recall, where we had learnt about finfluencers, financial influencers, making tall claims on Instagram and YouTube saying invest in this company, you will get 1000% return. So basically, these financial influencers were trying to convince people, or they were trying to induce people to buy shares of a particular company, so that more people will buy the shares of a particular company, more demand, so the price will automatically increase, and then they will sell off the shares at high prices and they will exit. So they were heavily punished. Even SEBI took action against them. Today you have to be SEBI registered, only then you can be a financial influencer. It was a big thing. So this is section 36. So section 34, civil liability for misstatement in prospectus. Section 35, criminal liability for misstatement in prospectus. And section 36, punishment if a person fraudulently induces another person to buy shares of another company. And chapter 20 talks about winding up, guys. Now all these sections will also apply to these companies, foreign companies and companies incorporated outside India. I'll tell you how, when and where. Now these three sections, 34, 35 and 36, these are relating to the prospectus, guys. So whenever a foreign company or a company incorporated outside India comes to India and issues a prospectus or issues a prospectus either to issue securities or to issue Indian depository receipt, in that prospectus if there's any misstatement, then section 34, 35, 36 will apply. Then when will chapter 20 apply? When will winding up provisions apply? See, winding up provisions only for foreign company, not for company incorporated outside India, only for foreign company. Okay, so let's say that's a foreign company. This foreign company has a place of business in India. Where is it? Here. This foreign company has a place of business in India. The foreign company wants to close the place of business and leave India. Now this foreign company, when they had come to India, that time they had issued securities and all, which are still not redeemed or they're not repaid. Like the company had issued debentures, guys, and those debentures are not redeemed till now. Or the company had accepted deposits and the deposits are not accepted till now. Or let's say the company had issued preference shares and the preference shares are not redeemed till now. So in such cases, the winding up provisions will also apply. So winding up provisions will apply to foreign companies and not to companies incorporated outside India. So these companies, when they are closing their place of business in India, if they still have any money which they have raised against securities which are not redeemed till now or not repaid till now, then the winding up provisions will also apply. Basically, the whole liquidation process they'll have to go through. Okay, so this is section 391. So 5 sections we have learnt now, guys, which will apply to both foreign companies and companies incorporated outside India. We started with section 387, prospectus. Section 388, experts consent. Section 389, filing the prospectus with ROC. Section 390, Indian depository receipt. And section 391, which talks about 4 concepts. Section 34, 35, 36 relating to prospectus. These 3 sections will apply to foreign companies and CIOI if they are coming to India, issuing a prospectus and issuing securities or issuing Indian depository receipts. Then what about the winding up provisions? They will apply only to foreign companies when, if they are closing their place of business in India and they still have money which they had raised against securities, and the securities are still not redeemed, not repaid, then winding up provisions, the whole liquidation process will apply. Okay, then comes section 392. Now again, section 392 and 393, we are back to sections which will apply to foreign companies only. So section 392 talks about punishment. If a foreign company does any violation of any provision mentioned in this chapter, chapter 22, then the foreign company will be punished with a fine of minimum 1 lakh, maximum 3 lakhs, and in case of continuing offence, additional fine of 50,000 rupees per day, maximum 50,000 rupees per day. Officer in default, minimum 25,000, maximum 5 lakhs. Penalty provision, guys, punishment provision. Now comes section 393. This is important. From here we have questions as well. Section 393 says, in case there's a foreign company and that foreign company is not complying with any provision of this chapter, chapter 22, any provision, let us say, not complied with, then, but still, even though the foreign company is not complying with provisions of this chapter, still, whatever contracts that foreign company has entered into, whatever dealings and transactions that foreign company has entered into, they will all still be valid. Other parties can still sue this foreign company, but this foreign company can't sue others. Understanding? So even if a foreign company has not complied with any provision of this particular chapter, even if there's a violation, whatever contracts this company has entered into, they will still be valid. Whatever dealings and transactions this foreign company has entered into will still be valid, and others can still sue this company, but this company cannot sue others, cannot claim any set-off, cannot make any counterclaim with respect to contracts, dealings and transactions. So others can sue the company, but company cannot sue them. Company cannot claim set-off. Company cannot make any counterclaim under any contract, dealings or transactions. So contracts will stay valid. Dealings and transactions will stay valid. Other parties can still sue the company. Only company's rights will be affected. Only company can't sue. Company cannot claim set-off. Company cannot make any counterclaim with respect to any contract, dealing or transaction. Okay. Coming to our next section now, section 234. Section 234 talks about a situation where an Indian company is merging or amalgamating with a CIOI, company incorporated outside India. In such cases, whatever are the merger and amalgamation provisions, the same merger and amalgamation provisions will apply for this merger and amalgamation also. But we also require the prior approval of RBI. Okay, this is a simple section 234. Then comes my last discussion, guys. If there's a company, this company is trading or carrying on business as if it is a foreign company, but it is not registered as a foreign company, then it will be liable for investigation under section 210. This is a point, if you remember, we had seen in one of the questions in the past as well, and even that time I had told you that investigation under section 210 is not really a part of our syllabus. You just got to be aware of this, that in case there's a company which is actually not registered as a foreign company, but it is still carrying on business as if it were a foreign company, then investigation under section 210 will be taken up. Okay guys, so this is it with the learning part of this chapter. Now the last few sections, if you see, section 380, if I talk about the second part of the chapter, we started with section 380, guys. So under section 380 we spoke about FC1, all these documents and that attachment, either RBI approval or a declaration saying RBI approval is not required. All this will be filed with ROC, Central Registration Center, within 30 days of establishing place of business in India. Then we had learned about FC2, Form number FC2 is what we file with ROC New Delhi whenever there is any alteration in these documents. Then we had learnt about section 381. Three things we had learnt over here: financial statements, annual return and audit. Then we spoke about section 382. The company outside every place of business in India, it will put three things: the name of the company, the country of incorporation, and the third thing would be whether the member's liability is limited or not. Same three things also have to be put on every business letter, bill head, letter paper, notices and publications. Then section 383, whenever any person wants to serve any document to the foreign company, they will address it to the authorized representative, and they will either leave it at his respective address or they will send it to him by post or by email. Then we had learned about section 384, debentures, annual return, CSR, books of accounts, charges, inspection, inquiry, investigation. Same provisions will apply for foreign company also. But remember, books of accounts have to be kept where? At the principal place of business, books of accounts have to be kept. Then we spoke about fees. Whenever the company, foreign company, files any document with the ROC, whether it is ROC Central Registration Center or ROC New Delhi, they have to pay fees also. Then we saw three definitions over here: certified, director and place of business. Then we started learning 387 onwards. These sections were applicable for foreign companies also, CIOI also. What are the sections? 387, 388, 389, 390 and 391. If you notice, these five sections are all connected to prospectus, issuing securities, issuing Indian depository receipts, raising money from India, all that. Then comes section 392, punishment. Then 393 was what if the foreign company does any violation? What if they don't comply with some provision of this chapter? Then we said contracts, dealings, transactions will still stay valid. Other parties can still sue, but we can't sue. This defaulting foreign company cannot sue others, cannot claim set off, cannot make any counter claim in contracts, dealings and transactions. Then section 234 we learnt, where we spoke about merger and amalgamation. Same provisions will apply even when Indian company is merging with a company incorporated outside India. Just that for that we require prior RBI approval also. And finally we learned, if any company is actually not registered as a foreign company but still is doing business and trade as if it is a foreign company, then investigation under section 210 will be initiated. Okay, now come on guys, we have the last three questions, two descriptive questions and one case study based MCQ. Okay, let's see if you are able to handle them correctly, properly. If yes, then we can happily close the session saying that yes, we are ready for sure short 5 marks in our examination. Okay guys, let's see. All the hard work of this session boils down now to these three final questions. Come on, look at this question over here. XYZ Limited is a company incorporated outside India, to which provisions of Chapter 22 of the Companies Act 2013 are applicable. Entered into a contract with ABC Limited, an Indian company, for the supply of machinery. So, XYZ Limited, this is a company incorporated outside India. Chapter 22 provisions are applicable. This company has entered into a contract with whom? With ABC Limited, an Indian company. It has entered into a contract with ABC Limited, an Indian company, for the supply of machinery. After the machinery was delivered, ABC Limited failed to make the payment, citing defects in the machinery. So ABC Limited has to make the payment. They are not making the payment, which means ABC Limited becomes a buyer guys first of all, and XYZ Limited, my CIOI, becomes the seller guys. Yes. Now to this XYZ Limited, provisions of Chapter 22 are applicable. Full Chapter 22 is applicable, which means XYZ Limited becomes a foreign company. See, I can't call it as CIOI. It has to be a foreign company, because if it is CIOI, if it is a company incorporated outside India, then whole Chapter 22 does not apply. Only 387 to 391 only applies. Here they are saying to which provisions of Chapter 22 applies, which means this is not a CIOI, it's a foreign company. So it's a foreign company, it's a seller, it has sold machinery to ABC Limited, an Indian company, but that Indian company, that buyer, is not making the payment. Then what happened? XYZ Limited discovered that it had failed to comply with certain provisions of Chapter 22 of the Companies Act 2013 relating to the registration of foreign companies in India. Despite this, XYZ Limited intends to file a suit against ABC Limited for payment. Tell me guys, will it be possible? My foreign company has not complied with some provisions of this chapter. So if it has not complied with some provisions of the chapter, the contracts, transactions, dealings will all be perfectly valid. Other parties can sue XYZ Limited, but can XYZ Limited sue other parties? No. Can they file a case against ABC Limited who's not making the payment? No, they cannot sue ABC Limited. So discuss whether XYZ Limited can initiate legal proceedings against ABC Limited. No, they cannot. Why? Because if there's a foreign company and if this foreign company has not complied with some provision of Chapter 22, if there's any non compliance, then all the contracts will stay valid. So the contract between XYZ Limited and ABC Limited will still stay valid. The transaction, the dealing will stay valid. Others can still sue XYZ Limited, but this XYZ Limited, this foreign company, cannot sue, cannot initiate legal proceedings against other parties, not allowed. Okay, this was your section 393. Then comes your next question over here. Phil Health Systems Incorporated is a foreign company registered in Australia and has established a place of business in India. The financial statements pertaining to the Indian business operations for the year ended 31st March 2020 were prepared by the company. Advise the company on the following matters. So I have a company, Phil Health Systems Incorporated. It is a foreign company. It is registered in Australia, so it is incorporated outside India. It has a place of business in India and it is carrying on business operations in India. So yes, Phil Health Systems Incorporated is a foreign company. Then the question says that the financial statements pertaining to the Indian business operations for the year ended 31st March 2020 were prepared by the company. Okay, now what are they asking us? Whether the accounts of the company pertaining to the Indian business operations shall be audited? If yes, by whom? Yes, the whole books of accounts don't have to be audited. Only the books of accounts relating to Indian business operations have to be audited. They have to be audited either by an individual who is a practicing chartered accountant who has a valid membership of ICAI, or has to be audited by a firm of chartered accountants. Either that firm can be a partnership firm or LLP. But yes, audit is applicable. Section 381, guys. Then the question is asking us, what is the due date for filing the audited financial statements with ROC? Try to recall now. When it comes to foreign companies, all the time limits are from which date? All the time limits are from the end of the financial year. So from the end of the financial year, within 60 days, they are supposed to file the annual return, form number FC4 with the ROC. From the end of the financial year, within 6 months, they have to file the financial statements plus the 5 annexures, remember? Where we had 2 statements and 3 declarations, guys. And then also one more thing was form number FC3. So for this, the time limit is 6 months. So what is the due date for filing the audited financial statements with the ROC? It will be from the end of the financial year, 6 months. So 31st March 2020 plus 6 months, which will be 30th September 2020. So by this date, the financial statements have to be filed with ROC. Then comes the third subdivision. What is the effect of contracts entered into by an Indian company with PHSI in case PHSI has not filed financial statements with ROC? See, if my foreign company is not filing financial statements with ROC, then in that case, section 381 is not complied with. Section 381 violation, guys. So if section 381 is violated, that is, if any section of chapter 22 is violated by the foreign company, then the contracts will be valid. Whatever contracts are entered into by Indian company with PHSI, the contracts will be valid. The transactions and the dealings will be valid. Section 393, guys. Everything will be valid. Others can sue this foreign company also. Just that this foreign company will not be able to sue, will not be able to claim set off, will not be able to make any counter claim with respect to any contract dealings or transactions. Okay. So here they added a bit of section 393. Then comes a fourth subdivision over here, in which e-form and within what period the annual return of the Indian operations of the foreign company shall be filed with ROC. I've already put that for you over here. Annual return is within 60 days from the end of the financial year in form number FC4. So 4 things they're asking us. Number 1, whether audit will be applicable. Yes, by chartered accountant individual or firm. Firm will be partnership firm or LP. Then what is the due date for filing the financial statements with ROC? Within 6 months from the end of the financial year. Then what is the effect of contracts entered into by Indian company with this foreign company if this foreign company is not filing the financial statements with ROC? See, if it doesn't file financial statements with ROC, it is not complying with section 381, which means there's a violation of some section in chapter 22. If there's a violation of some section in chapter 22, then section 393 will come into the picture. 393 says contracts, dealings and transactions will remain valid. Only thing is that my foreign company will not be able to sue others. And then the last subdivision over here is about annual return, form number FC4, within 60 days from the end of the financial year. Okay, now come on, let's have a look at this case study based MCQ. 2 case study based MCQs we have, guys. One is from September 2024 examination and the other is from your study material. Okay, let's have a look at the examination question first. The question says, Combat Gaming Limited is a company incorporated outside India. with a place of business in Rajasthan. To improve its gaming software, the company wanted to apply artificial intelligence technology. In order to raise more funds, to meet out the investment cost, the company decided to issue shares. It issued prospectus of the company, which was properly dated and signed according to the provisions of Companies Act 2013, and delivered them to the Registrar of Companies on 16th August 23. The registrar, on verification of the documents, found that the particulars in the prospectus was incomplete and issued a notice to the company saying that the prospectus is invalid. Hence, the directors scrutinized the documents, and during the scrutiny, it was observed by the CFO that there was a mistake in one of the documents delivered to the registrar, and hence altered that on 29 September 23. Analyze based on the above scenario and answer the following questions. So, this entire discussion is with respect to the prospectus provisions, guys. Now, with respect to prospectus, we have section number 387 first, which talks about the preparation of prospectus, dating and signing of prospectus, contents of the prospectus. Then we have section 388, which talks about expert statement. Then we have section 389, which talks about filing the prospectus with the ROC. Then we have section 390, which talks about Indian depository receipts. And finally, we have section 391, which talks about section 34, 35, 36, and chapter 20, relating to winding up, applying to the foreign companies. Okay, and all of these 5 sections we know that will apply to both foreign companies also, companies incorporated outside India also. Now here, if you see, Combat Gaming Limited is a company incorporated outside India. So yes, all these sections will apply. Now come on, let's have a look at the subdivisions one by one. Which of the following documents shall not be annexed to the prospectus? To the prospectus, if you remember, we had learned that some documents have to be attached. We had learned in section 389, guys. In section 389, I'll show you, when I had discussed with you about filing the prospectus with ROC, here we had learned that to the prospectus we have to attach 5 documents. The expert's consent, copy of the contract appointing MD manager, then all the material contracts which we have entered into in the last 2 years, underwriting agreement, and power of attorney. So these 5 things have to be attached to the prospectus. This question is about that which of the following documents shall not be attached to the prospectus. Number 1, any consent to the issue of prospectus required from any person as an expert. Expert's consent has to be attached, guys. Statement of preliminary expenses, we did not see this. Then a copy of the contract for appointing MD manager has to be attached. Then underwriting agreement also has to be attached. So they are asking which of the following documents shall not be attached. Preliminary expenses statement need not be attached. Then the question says, Combat Gaming Limited has made alteration in the documents delivered to the ROC. They shall intimate to the ROC by when? Any alteration in the documents, we have to inform the ROC within 30 days. So here the alteration happened, look at this, altered on 29 September 23. This is the date of alteration. So 29th September 2023 plus 30 days, guys, that would be 29th October 2023. So by 29th October 2023, we are supposed to inform the ROC about the alteration. Okay, then comes your next subdivision over here. Combat Gaming Limited has to deliver the required documents along with appropriate fees to whom? All the documents we have to give to whom? ROC, New Delhi. Only when it comes to FC1, FC1 only has to be given to ROC, Central Registration Center. Otherwise, everything else has to be given to ROC, Delhi. Okay, guys, simple question. Majorly, it was about prospectus discussion. Alright, now come on, let's move on. Let's go to the next question over here. One last question, guys. The question says, Jade Sweets LLC is a chain of hotel and restaurants all over the world. It is proposing to establish a hotel at Goa. It has appointed a chartered accountant, Mr. B, for taking care of the registration formalities of the company. While the registration process was ongoing, company entered into a lease agreement with a landowner for the construction of its hotel. See, guys, the point to be noted over here is that the company has entered into a lease agreement while the registration process was still going on, which means the company's registration as a foreign company is not over yet. See, under section 380, we have to submit form number FC1, that big list of documents, the attachments with the ROC, Central Registration Center, within 30 days of establishing place of business in India. Only once we do all that, only once we comply with section 380, only then that company gets foreign company status, guys. Only when the company is registered under section 380, only once it submits all the documents under section 380, only once it complies with section 380, only then that company is registered as a foreign company, only then it gets foreign company status. But now in this question, if you see, registration process is still going on, which means this company has not even completed section 380 process till now. It still entered into a lease agreement with the landowner. But later, what happened? After a few months, the directors of Jade Suites LLC withdrew their interest in establishing the hotel. Now, they're not interested in establishing the hotel in Goa anymore. Landowner refused to repay the advance received by him. Can Jade Suites LLC sue the landowner in the capacity of a foreign company? Is it a foreign company, guys? See, it is a company incorporated outside India. It has a place of business in India. It is carrying on business activities in India, but however, it is not even registered as a foreign company till now. It has not even completed Section 380 process till now. The registration process is still going on. This company doesn't have a foreign company status as of now. The question is clearly asking us, can Jade Suites LLC sue the landowner in the capacity of a foreign company? Does it have the capacity of a foreign company right now? Does it have the status of a foreign company right now? No. All that you will get only once you complete Section 380 registration process. Only once you file all the documents with the ROC. Only then you get the foreign company status. In this question, Jade Suites LLC can sue the landowner and all under Contract Act. Under general law, they can sue. But under Companies Act, calling themselves foreign company, can they sue? They cannot sue because they don't have the foreign company status as of now, because Section 380 process is still going on. So can they sue? The answer is no. So Jade Suites LLC is a foreign company, and it's not a foreign company. So not option A. Jade Suites LLC is incorporated as a foreign company. It can't sue the landowner. No. The registration process is not yet completed, and hence Jade Suites LLC cannot sue the landowner in the capacity as a foreign company. Perfect, guys. Even though this company is registered outside India, even though it is establishing a place in India, and even though it's going to do business activities in India, as on date, its registration process is not complete. So, as on date, it does not have foreign company status, hence, it cannot sue the landowner in the capacity of a foreign company. It cannot sue. Under Contract Act, it can sue. Under other general laws, it can sue. But under Companies Act, calling itself foreign company, it cannot sue. Got it, guys? So, this was our entire discussion on this chapter. All the questions, whatever we had, all the concepts, all the sections, everything done according to me to the best of my ability. And I hope you can feel the confidence in this chapter. Alright, guys, I hope you're not thinking of skipping this chapter anymore. I hope this detailed session made some difference to your preparation. Yes, see, there are multiple revisions available on this particular chapter everywhere, okay? 1.5 hours maximum, but we went on for around 2 hours 40 minutes over here. The whole reason being, we did it a little more detailed than a usual marathon, and we also saw all the questions as well. So that is why we took a little extra time, but I think it was way more productive because even the questions are done for you. All examination questions, all RTP MTP questions, even some CA final questions relating to this chapter, even your study material illustrations and questions, all of them I am done, guys. And I hope right now you have that sort of confidence that yes, you will be able to ensure that you bag those 5 marks, whatever number of marks they ask from here, fully. Okay, so we can close this chapter over here, nice and happy and confident and content that yes, we are exam ready. Bye bye.